Welcome to the Let Me Just Say This podcast. This is episode 3, and today we got Colton finally on this third episode. We got our same guest from the last episode, me, your main host,
Ben,
Tater, Addison, Colton.
Yeah, alright, and
Colton finally.
yeah, Colton finally shows up.
Yeah.
He's no longer on several vacations, you know. He actually gave us his free time that he has so much of.
Shots fired off the bat.
So how do you feel to be here finally, Colton?
That's great. Yeah, you gotta jump me on the first episode. Be like,
I mean,
by the way,
We jabbed at you a bit. The first and second.
You told me the Wednesday of that same week. It's like, well, I've been planning this trip like
No.
I still think you should have changed those plans to do the podcast, but that's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
You have to have priorities.
Priorities should be the podcast.
This always comes first.
Yeah. This is now your job.
Forget your
Okay.
family.
Yeah. Just drop your entire life.
But all for the podcast.
So you were talking about. So Tater wanted to talk about an argument we had today at work about Lord of the Rings and Star Wars.
Right.
And we had 2 new people who weren't part of this argument. So
And I'm very sensitive about both, and I'm kind of curious as to see what this argument has
Ben
to do
here
with.
having a childhood with both. But if you had to say which one would you rather like live in or prefer overall, you know?
That's the argument?
Well, what was the?
Well,
I think
if
which
you
one
know,
you just prefer.
Hey, which one do you just enjoy more?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like which one would you rather live
We could add that on too.
in? Yeah.
that's
But see, I still went
But
with
they're
Lord of
kind
the
of
Rings.
Like, I mean, yeah, no,
They're
the
the
story's
same-
wise, but like
same
one is like
bones.
medieval, like awesomeness, and then the rest is like
Did
future
you say they're
awesomeness.
kind of the same?
Well, technically, it's not in the future. It's
Yeah.
like in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what did he?
Okay, hold on. We have our first. You're gonna have to explain that, Tater.
Oh, no, I didn't
How
hear.
are Lord of the Rings and Star Wars kind of the same?
Well, I mean, they have, you know.
Other
so-
than they both happened a long, long time ago.
They both center around a younger male figure who is the protagonist and who is the leader, let's say, of the story
Yeah.
throughout the whole thing. Both of them have a
So,
greater evil force.
So like most stories.
Impossible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So keep going.
They have greater evil force, like that they have to beat, you know, under impossible odds. They both have some kind of mystical thing helping them out.
I mean,
the bones are similar.
But I think the Lord of the Rings has one young character through all movies.
yeah.
Whereas, I mean, now if we're talking like just the original trilogy,
Right.
yeah, that's just Luke.
Also,
But if you
and,
add in
like,
those first 3 that suck,
Well, I'm talking about like
the
the
original 3, and then the
you don't like little
the
Annie?
new ones that we haven't seen the third one yet, but
Are you an angel?
it's
what's the same?
Oh, and
thing
one's
again?
in space too.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
That's-
that's pretty.
I mean,
But
that's-
who's to say that
automatically-
Lord of the Rings is not in space?
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Middle
Who's,
Earth
Yeah,
might
yes.
be a
Middle Earth
planet.
is in space. You're correct.
Yeah,
who's,
yeah.
who's
Thank
to
you.
say Middle Earth isn't on a separate planet? You
What
know,
about lower
Like
Earth
Earth.
or upper
Earth too. You know,
It doesn't say Earth 2 though.
you never know.
Maybe because of
Maybe
them.
there's
Maybe
a
to
line
them
of
it's
Earths
not
and it's
2.
just
Because
It's
they
just Earth.
They haven't found space travel
Middle
yet.
Earth.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
so back to the original of which one's cooler. For me, I can't really decide. I love both to death. So, like, if you want to say, hey, do you want to watch Lord of the Rings or hey, do you want to watch Star Wars? First question would be, well, which one? And then my head would explode. Because I can't, if I say Star Wars, I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, Lord of the Rings. And if I say Lord of the Rings, I'm like, but I love you, Star Wars. You can't pick.
Let's have a threesome. You know?
Somehow, if Frodo... No, let me change that. Maybe Gandalf could somehow help Luke.
What about Bilbo? What about Sam?
Sam's a baby.
No.
No, man. Without
Sam's
Sam,
great.
none of it would have happened.
Yeah.
The best
I mean-
reading you can have.
Sam's the
but he also
wingman.
kinda is
He's the hype man that you need in your
He's the
life.
Obi-Wan of
That
Frodo.
moment. That
No,
moment
well,
right
he's
before
not
they
supposed
climb the
to
mountain.
Yeah, no, there's
They're
no
looking at each other's eyes.
Yeah.
Tears.
Yeah.
I'm like,
There was definitely
Sam.
some action. Like,
He's up.
I was
Sam.
gonna bring that up.
Yeah. Do you think while everyone else was asleep, they snuck into the bushes further
Well,
into the woods?
I mean, technically it's just those two
Yeah.
and Smeagol for the most of
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
movies.
yeah. So there was some
I mean,
action.
they even
Smeagol
picked out
walked.
Smeagol, go fishing. We need
Yeah.
a low tide.
No,
that's why That's why Smeagol was so disgusted.
Yeah.
That's why he was so hunched over and everything. He
You
just
thought
couldn't get
all
over it.
hobbits were the same? They all did that?
That's why he said that. Nothing to do with just being hobbits. It's what they were doing.
Or maybe he washed and he got off on that.
Oh god.
Oh,
Is that the my precious part?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
The ring wasn't for the finger.
He just precious all over the side of the canyon.
This has gone very south. Very fast.
Oh my
So which one's
The
cooler
ring
now?
wasn't for the
You're not getting to see Star Wars now. Because I can't see it taking this dark of a turn.
What about Obi-Wan and
I was gonna say
Anakin?
Obi-Wan and
there was
what's
there
not
was
Anakin.
incest, there was
Yeah, it was
incest,
Anakin.
right?
No, Luke.
Yes.
And
No.
what?
Star
I'm
Wars.
you're
Obi-Wan
talking
was
about...
like the creepy old
Yeah.
man that wanted
Yeah.
to get
Oh, so you're thinking old
becomes
creepy...
the young.
Yeah, you want old creepy Obi-Wan with young Luke.
Yeah, that's not that
Wait,
weird.
what?
Yeah, took advantage of it.
He was asked to by Princess
Yeah.
Leia.
He was asked to take advantage of him.
Did he take advantage of him? I missed that scene.
Mentally.
I don't know what Star Wars.
You don't know. You never know. There was a lot of scenes cut out.
Oh
Oh
my...
my
You
god.
guys haven't seen the director's cut.
Well, apparently George Lucas's first cut of the original Star Wars was a complete disaster, and his wife had to go in and fix it.
Wait, his wife fixed it?
It's
Yeah.
happening.
It's happening.
Go on, oh, yeah.
Oh,
hold
Jesus,
on.
here we go.
Here we
No.
This is
go.
what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
The
All right,
trooper
explain.
number was
You were getting knowledge dropped on you right now by Colt.
Yes.
So go on
Go
with
ahead,
his
sir.
wife.
Well, I don't know much about her, but I just know that she definitely saved the first movie. That's why everybody
Like
told him it was
the first trilogy or
like
the
the
prequels?
first movie,
Okay.
like the Star Wars movie that came out in 1974. I'm gonna say, I don't know. Someone's gonna correct me on that.
I don't care, but the fact is, I've never heard what you just talked about.
Really?
Now there might be
Yeah.
people out there that have and
We'll
know
take it
that,
to
but
heart.
I didn't even know he's married.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly, no.
I
me
didn't.
neither.
Well, that's why it took him so long to create the prequels, because he had to go through his divorce.
yeah, his wife
Oh,
was,
that explains why they're
Yeah.
so
his
terrible.
wife was
Yeah.
Miss Lucas.
Yeah.
What?
His wife was Miss Lucas.
Miss Lucas.
George
His
Lucas's
wife.
wife.
Yeah.
Who's Miss Lucas? Like,
But I don't know. I'm about with you. I was just curious more than anything. I don't have a dog in the fight.
Yeah, it's really hard to choose one.
Yeah.
Like oh my god, they're both awesome. But they're just completely different times. So everything kind of changes.
are we also adding in the Hobbit trilogy? With
Yeah.
Lord
I
of the
really
Rings?
enjoyed The Hobbit.
Yeah, The Hobbit was
Yeah.
nice.
But see, The Lord of the Rings, that's one of the movies that I can't watch
Oh.
the whole thing over again. I have to only I'll watch that Battle of Helm's Deep,
Yes.
but I can't watch that whole
Okay.
movie.
Here's
3
how
hours
you
long.
decide it.
Yeah.
If you can only have one of them, okay, we'll include The Hobbit with Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
If you only have one of the series to watch for
Yeah.
the rest of your life,
Ooh.
okay, I'll go ahead and start. I will say Hobbit, Lord of the Rings,
Okay.
because the first three, the first three Star Wars, I don't mind them, but I could do without them.
Yeah.
Whereas Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, I can watch them all over and over again and be just fine.
Well, plus you can't get tired of those action scenes either. Like just these two armies just colliding with each other.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah,
fun to watch.
That's awesome.
Well, didn't they say in the Lord of the Rings when they were making the CGI for that they were having a hard time having the armies get to each other? You know, the AI was essentially just running off into the woods, deserting the battlefield.
I didn't
'Cause,
realize they actually
Yeah,
created
because apparently,
intelligence.
in the
It's starting.
the behind the scenes they were talking about. Yeah, they were talking about how essentially all these there was too many orcs, so it couldn't like handle all this like AI. So they would just like wander off every
That's
now and
hilarious.
then.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They should have kept that in the movie. There's that one, they're all running, there's that one guy that's like, no, I'm not getting into this.
Yeah, that one guy that just leads like a platoon away. It's like we don't have to fight them.
It's like, that's too much.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting
Did
that.
you see how they chopped off Dave's head over there?
Poor thing.
The orc
Oh, man.
named Dave.
Imagine if orcs had just normal human names. Would you feel like less?
Maybe they did.
Yeah. They never said what their names were.
What do you
that-
like?
no,
They
they
brought
had
back
some
from like
names.
the dead, like there were humans once, and they were brought back. I didn't really pay attention.
I thought they were
Yeah,
helps.
like what happened there? Like in like the huge like pit, they were like making it.
Well, yeah, when he went, they were digging him up.
Oh, they
They
dug.
were like
oh,
digging
yeah.
him up out of these. They were like in the
Oh.
roots of the trees and stuff. And
Oh.
when
Yeah.
what's his name, wizard guy?
Saruman.
Sarah, yeah.
Count Dooku.
Sauron.
So-
Or Count Dooku.
That's oh my god, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
It is.
Maybe he's in both universes.
Before Dooku was, oh wow,
That.
he's an old man.
He is.
He's dead.
It's been here
But
forever.
anyway,
But then that would suck more because he got killed by shitty Anakin. You know.
wizard guy goes down there to get the orcs out or whatever.
Yes.
So.
The first, like he goes and gets the main one. You remember, like the one that's gonna lead him in the first one.
Yes.
Okay, first thing he does is gets up and like kills one of the. What are the ones digging him up? 'Cause
Yeah, one of the smaller like.
Are they
goblins.
orcs too?
I think so. I think they're the smaller orcs.
That would suck for that guy. He's just digging a hole, doing his job.
Yeah,
There goes Steve.
exactly. Steve's gone.
They do have normal names. They have to have normal names.
Yeah.
No way. Maybe it's just grunting.
Maybe like he puts the white hand on the one's face that he picks. You know,
Well,
that's like Billy Whitehand, or you know.
well, have you ever heard this game called Shadow of Mordor? 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 Mordor. You know what I'm talking
I know
about.
what you're talking about.
Okay. So Colton knows what I'm talking
Is
about.
it based on Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
All right.
So apparently it's like another like prequel where essentially it's how the ring was made. And like you play as this guy who's like possessed by like a ghost or spirit of a blacksmith who has the power to essentially create
It's like
the
an
ring.
elven blacksmith. Though.
Yeah, he's like an elven blacksmith. And I forget what the point of the game is because I never bought it or played it, but that was pretty much they said it was
We
like
just kill all the orcs.
Yeah.
And you take
yeah,
control of them.
yeah, orcs are pretty much control the land and you like free areas by like killing orc leaders. And they had these like weird names to pronounce, but it would be like
Davi.
yeah, Kilgar, like destroyer of like livers or something. Like like they would have
That'd be
specific
a great
traits.
name for
Yeah.
a beer.
Yeah.
Destroyer of livers.
You want some Kilgar?
What's his name? Budweiser?
Yeah. But yeah, he would have like surnames like Head Smasher because he's like always smashes people's heads. Like
It's like
that's
his
straight.
signature?
Yeah, that's his
Signature
signature move.
The Docker.
There was like one orc called like wait, great callback.
No, not a great callback. In that case, I'd like to run into. If that was the case, if I had my choice,
Yeah.
I'd like to run into Head Smasher. If that's
Head
as I don't want to
Smasher.
run into Dog.
What if he's destroying the other head though?
Who's to say that it can't be both heads?
Yeah.
That's a solid point. I like that.
No.
Just 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
2 heads with 1 stone, technically.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
You walked in
This
on
is
that.
so crass.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
You
what
guys
that
had a
is.
surname like Skull Smasher or whatever. It had to be like something that you do
Beer crusher.
often. Yeah, what would it be? I think mine would be Fat Man.
That man Tater.
Fat Man Tater.
That's-
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's just a descriptive surname though. It's
Yeah,
like
but I love
it has to be
turkey.
something you're good at. Like
Cooker of beef.
yeah, cooker of beef or
Not Killer.
taco maker. That'll be mine.
Obviously.
Controller destroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colton can be the Star Wars nerd.
Or that too.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's kind of hard.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I beat you in Madden, so I beat
Yeah.
Addison in
What
Madden.
about your mountain biking?
So
I'm trying to think
Yeah.
of a good one. With
Yeah.
that. You couldn't just be like mountain biker. You know, like that's like a thing.
Good. I mean,
I guess.
all the names
I'm
are
trying to
gonna
think
be
of like
cool.
a good pun.
King of Chads.
King of Chad.
That's Jackson. Jackson was
Yeah,
right?
Jackson is Chad. It's his name.
Yeah.
That's Jackson's signature.
Do you love it?
That poor guy.
You think he's gotten arrested yet?
He will soon enough.
Alright.
Have we mentioned Jackson?
No,
on
we
the
haven't
show
mentioned it.
before?
I don't know if we should.
Yeah, we probably.
Yeah,
Just
let's
for
never
fun.
mention his name.
Jackson's just this guy we know. He's got some issues. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No more needs
Soon to be
said.
criminal.
Keep your eye on the news. That's all.
Yeah.
We say.
It was a,
So we can just confirm everything we know about it.
yeah.
All right, so let's backtrack just a touch.
Yeah.
I said I would take Lord of the Rings. So is anybody else?
I might have to as well. That's
Yeah.
just like, dude, that's awesome. And all the sequels for like Star Wars happen over like a long periodically of time.
Yeah.
So I would have to like
100%
choose one,
English.
you know? And
If you-
I mean, it's like it lessens it, you know, like in The Hobbit you can just be like, be there, you know? And
Yeah.
it's cool. There's a lot of awesome fights, and wizards are sick.
You got
If,
Wizards
now,
of
if you
Star
had to
Wars.
choose, which
Yeah, but,
generation would
that's
you?
like more wizards.
If you had to choose now, to be more specific, which generation would you want to live through?
In Star Wars?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're really all the same.
I want to live with the.
I'm gonna say
Ewoks.
Clone Wars because those were hype, even though we
'Cause I
never
feel
actually
like
saw one.
I feel like I could rule their kingdom.
See that? So, did you ever watch the Clone Wars animated series?
No, I did.
Yeah. So that
I never had
that
TV.
one was really good because they did a lot with that. But in the prequels, they only show like one or two like actual Clone Wars, and they lasted like 1 minute throughout
Right,
the
it's-
movie,
it's
and it was
dumb, but,
like really
If you
fucking
could be a
lame.
Jedi in that, then you're like an invincible dude.
Yeah.
running around
Dude,
like
think about this.
an awesome fight.
What you know about Star Wars, dude, all I'd have to do is paint myself gold. Ewoks worship me.
That's true.
Do what I say.
Oh.
You wouldn't have to worry
Is
about
that
it.
the only reason they were?
Why did they
You
ever?
saw what happened when he stood up. They
Yeah.
all like flipped their lid, like, oh my god, and started instantly praying. at
Did
this
they
thing.
explain
Even if
why?
it wasn't the gold, you could easily put
Well,
a
do-
C-3PO over your head.
Did they just like love? Is it because they like love gold or?
I haven't.
what?
They don't explain it.
I
Ewoks don't
think,
talk.
I think it might have been
They
more.
have a language.
They have a language, but no, I'm not going to translate that.
C-3PO could.
But he was
made for that.
He was what kind of droid? What do they call him?
I forget. It's,
Oh.
Oh, an
I can
ambassador
speak
droid
over
or
3
something.
million forms
Well,
of communication.
it's because he
Yeah.
was Princess Leia's like personal like entourage, so he would have to translate for her when she ever went to other planets.
Well, I like when they're getting ready to like set Han Solo and everybody on fire and start cooking them.
Yeah.
And like C-3PO is just dicking around. And I was
Yeah.
like, hey, and Han had to like say, hey man, you want to tell him to not do this?
Exactly.
Like, what are you waiting for, C-3PO? You see what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting ready to rotisserie those people.
But see,
You might
wow.
wanna
He said
Well,
all those
maybe-
times.
maybe in yeah,
teach you to run away from me and leave me behind.
maybe in his robot mind he was like, "This is for all the years of abuse. Like, I'm getting back at
To be
you
fair,
guys."
C-3PO
all
was
the
very
years.
annoying. Like, I would not want
Yeah,
to
he
deal
was a
with
little
this
shit.
But, I mean, second only to
Like, I can
Jar
get,
Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks.
I can deal with R2's scream because he's a cool dude to hang
Oh, I
with.
find it hilarious,
Yeah.
honestly. I think R2-D2 is cute, and when he's not, he's just hilarious.
The first scene when you see Jar Jar, when Qui-Gon's running through the woods,
Yeah.
if he would have taken out a saber and sliced off Jar Jar's head right there, I would be perfectly fine with that. Get the, what are you doing? You're screwing with me. Get out of my way.
Yeah.
Do you think they killed him? Like, as soon as the Emperor took over, he like walked up and was like,
Oh,
Jar Jar?
no, that's what Jar Jar went up. He was like, oh, you got
No, you think they killed Jar Jar?
What
For
kind of
some reason,
accent
he had
are
an
you
Italian
doing?
accent.
Doesn't he appear?
I think he
They
appears
just shot
in the
some-
prequels,
Right.
right?
He appears much later. Doesn't
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember.
Did
seeing
he
him.
appear in the new one?
he?
Colton,
Not the
thank
new
you.
ones.
Well, I hope he did not procreate.
He
Oh.
might have.
Well, who would?
You think they killed all
Yeah.
of it, those Gungans? All the front?
Gungans?
I don't think they could last long.
Is that
they
the-
made
is that
him
what
a
it
Or is that the
general.
robot?
Wait, is his race gun?
He was
they
a
made,
general?
They made Jar Jar a general.
Do you not remember that?
What?
General.
Hold on.
Do you remember the?
No wonder they're all dead
You think
now.
you think it was just general, like it's a title, like yeah, you're a general.
Maybe, but they.
Now go stand over there. We'll make the decision. Let you know.
The king seemed very genuine, like, oh, you're the general now, because he remember that scene in the first battle of Naboo where he's like dicking around, and he accidentally destroys like 20 like 20 droids around him.
Yeah.
He gets promoted to general
Because
after that
the
battle.
one droid gets caught on his foot.
Exactly, and then he ends up blowing a tank in the yeah.
Oh, he's such an annoying character. That's another reason why I'm taking Lord of the Rings.
It was for the kids.
Do you think he had the Force? Do you think that's why he was able
Oh,
to, like...
yeah.
Because I've heard that, too, that he was, like, a Force
Jar Jar?
user. Yeah,
Yeah, he
because
didn't know what he was doing with that.
Well,
either.
no, isn't that like
Yeah,
a a conspiracy theory that's like most fans have, where Jar Jar's like secretly a Sith Lord?
that would be
Oh,
awesome.
Colton's raising his hand.
Oh god.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, he's
So-
raising it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
He's ready.
He's got a
I just
Star
wanna
Wars heart on poking up right now.
I'll take Star Wars for 200 for me.
I'm a firm believer that in the first episode, George Lucas claimed for Jar Jar to be the Sith Lord behind everything. Because
Did he really?
I think so. Because
That's
You've already lost
amazing.
me.
there's so many behind-the-scenes footage just leading up to the movie when George Lucas kept saying Jar Jar's the key to all this. If we mess Jar Jar up, we mess the whole movie up.
I think you're just trolling.
Really?
us.
No, it was before they released it. It was like they were showing him writing the script
Do
and
you think
everything.
that's what his wife fixed?
Oh.
No, that was the original. That was the
Probably why
original.
she divorced him.
She probably read.
First thing.
Yeah,
But that's
She probably just
But
read the
hold on.
script and was like,
Here's
"What's
another
wrong
thing.
with you, autism?"
There's a little bit more to it. There's so many scenes where like Padme's talking to Anakin or Obi-Wan's talking to Anakin where Jar Jar's literally just for no reason lurking around corners and
that's because
stuff.
he's a nosy pervert.
Well, yeah, but it's like, why would you time to CGI that in?
Oh, you take
How many
it again.
months
Yeah.
later?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's possible, and maybe that's
so
his cover up
funny
because
just
he's
to
playing
Exactly.
the idiot.
Exactly.
So no
right.
one's gonna suspect. Oh, it can't be Jar Jar.
Exactly.
He can't even like put on his clothes right. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden,
Next thing you know, all of a sudden he just starts shocking everybody left and right.
Yeah.
The younglings.
He starts stabbing younglings through the face.
oh my
Christian with the extra description. Right here.
For some reason, I don't even imagine like a full lightsaber. I imagine like a dinner. Yeah, like a dinner.
Colton. Remember in the scene when Anakin goes to the younglings
Yeah.
and he turns his saber on.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
the one youngling in front like kind of takes that little half step backwards.
Wait, he has that jump. Yeah.
Oh my
No,
god.
Okay, that one kid that walks out, he's like, Anakin, well, Master Skywalker.
Oh yeah.
That one
There's too many of
schmuck.
them.
That one-
do. When he
Yeah.
ignites the lightsaber, he actually jumps back a little bit, like, oh shit,
Yeah,
and then it cuts away. It's like, oh, that's fucked.
If you think about it, that one kid
Sorry.
caused the rest of
Sorry.
them to die.
Well, no, but didn't like when Yoda and Obi-Wan came back to the temple, they watched the security footage, and they were like gasping in awe because like apparently they were watching Anakin kill the younglings, but they
Yes.
don't show it.
You can see a little bit of it, like.
Well, no, he was fighting other Jedi. In the
No, there was a scene where he doesn't kill anybody in it, but there's a scene where he's deflecting some little kids coming after him.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that
There was like those two
Yeah.
kids that actually fought back.
He can't get
Well,
us
in that case, he can claim self-defense.
all! I bet they Naruto were
I mean, what do you want me to do? I had 20 Jedi children attacking me. I defended myself, okay?
Okay, so did you hear about the Area 51 thing?
You
The
mean the
raid?
craze right now?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
craze. When's it supposed to be, like September 19th or something?
Supposed to be September, yeah.
Like they set a date for that?
Oh yeah.
So
What, to
What?
raid it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's mostly a joke, but I'm thinking some people are
Oh,
going to
some
be
people are
dude,
gonna
some
go
people are
through
definitely
it.
gonna show up.
Dude,
They're
you
all
know,
gonna die.
you know people are going to show up.
Yeah.
So what's
Martial law
what
happens,
most
yeah.
likely is gonna happen is there's just gonna be like a group of people who just walk in with their phones recording. And it's like, hey, look, we showed up. You know, they're not gonna do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
They're going to think that, and then all of a sudden these automated weapons are going to come out of the ground and mow everybody down.
These soldiers like
We
pop out of
told you.
these soldiers pop out of the dirt with like like bushes all over them and just start gunning them down.
There's a clip I saw recently where there was a tour to a certain part that you couldn't cross a certain sign
Right.
legally, but you could go up to it and take pictures next to the sign. this guy, the tour guide, accidentally drives across, like, past the sign, and a military vehicle shows up like 2 minutes later and just pulls him over, like out of the blue. So I'm not sure if they just have him
Did
sitting
they
out
like
there.
pull that guy out of the truck and shoot him right there in front of everybody? Like,
No,
this is
like-
what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what happened.
I know.
Kinda alien
I know if you
gun
like
and
hang around the
background.
place for too long, they do eventually like
It's
come
a
out.
spiky
and talk.
gun from Halo.
Spiky gun.
You know what I'm talking about?
That thing was
Remember with the ray
awesome.
gun from like Black Ops? Oh my god, he just pulls out.
Yeah.
You remember that Needler, man? That was like messed up back in the day.
Damage.
You would pump them full, like you made those little
Well,
run
it
things
followed
look
them,
like
dude.
porcupines.
Oh yeah.
They just followed him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the thing. You
Yeah,
said try to
like you
run.
could not miss. Yeah.
And it was cool looking.
Oh yeah.
It looked like a robot porcupine. It was your pet.
Exactly.
Good porcupine. Now kill.
Cute.
Anybody excited for the new Halo game coming out?
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be
didn't know
good.
there was
I
one.
played one.
I mean, I
Played
played.
one.
Sandbox for
Yeah.
a total of 3 hours.
I'm ready for Gears.
Oh yes, that's coming out
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
I've got the whole.
Yeah.
Master
Tater's got like a
Chief.
whole collection. Oh, you got the Master Chief collection?
Master Chief.
What?
I had that too.
Yeah, so I have it now
Yeah.
too.
So they
I
just
don't.
they
I'm
recently
gonna say I don't.
they recently released it for
I have
Steam,
kids
and I
instead.
thought of buying it because like now you don't have to have an Xbox to play the Master Chief collection. You can get it on PC.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
Microsoft is online too.
You
Yeah.
play more on PC than
Yeah.
console.
Yeah. Which I suck because like there's a vast like huge like skill-based gap
Right.
Yeah.
versus console and PC,
Yeah.
and so
Well, I always
just like,
felt that way in between consoles. I remember playing the PS4, like Call of Duty on his account, and like sucking, like completely.
see,
and
like,
then pick up an Xbox with the same game.
after
and
a
it was
while
so
you can
much
get
easier.
like better, you know,
Yeah.
like after a few days.
Right.
But like on PC, it's just like there's no like learning curve. It's just like you're either getting constantly owned by everyone, or you're just like like eventually quit and just play by yourself.
Exactly. Except that you're gonna be in copper.
Yeah.
Hey, what do we all have for dinner today?
Nothing.
cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
nothing.
done anything.
Yeah. I was
Wow, great. I had a lamb gyro. That's great.
What?
Yeah, it's delicious.
You lucky bastard.
This message brought to you by Grubhub.
Yeah. Order now. You fat schmucks.
Oh god.
Just for the record, I went and picked it up myself. So
Yeah.
I'm not a fat schmuck. I'm
Oh.
fat, but I'm not a schmuck.
There was another thing we talked about today at work with Tater and Colton was mowing down old women.
When did we bring
What?
this up?
No. It wasn't mowing down. It was
So we talked about
body slamming down.
Oh, that's better.
we
Yeah,
talked
yeah,
about
that's
old people with like dementia and like memory loss.
Okay.
And like
Uh,
Colton talked about a lady who threw shoes and tried to escape one place.
How did we even get on that conversation?
I don't know.
You were talking about someone you knew.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
we should keep that. Yeah.
It's Miss
Yeah.
Miss Canada. Yes.
Yeah, Miss Canada.
Miss World. Well, we talked about
She's my
just
world.
old people with like memory loss and how like at some places they try to escape. And what if you just saw like this big burly like security guard just tackle her down? It's like she's getting away.
Well, I
and
mean,
like
sometimes that kind of is what has to happen, though.
yeah.
Well,
it's
when
like,
are you chasing
which
an
is
old
more-
lady that hard?
But I'm saying-
a lot of them want to get
but I'm
out,
saying, which is-
unfortunately.
Which is more dangerous? A person like that just gonna wander off and they're gonna die because they're
Yeah.
gonna get out and not know where they are. And
Yeah.
But then
something horrible's gonna happen.
Right.
Colton brought up some lady stabbing people in the face.
What? Like Jar Jar?
Yeah.
Stabbing kids. She stabbed her grandchildren. Every time her grandchildren visited, she stabbed them with a
That is
fork.
not what I told you. She
Yeah.
said
Go ahead.
she's a confused old woman. She lives in a nursing home. And apparently something that her roommate did got the guy really scared or really angry. And she, in her sleep, stabbed her with her dinner fork. And they had
Wow.
to switch rooms because
How
of
did she
that.
still have a dinner fork though?
I think she just ate or something. Because they feed them whenever they're hungry. Like,
Oh,
'cause-
so they're just like, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Okay.
so. And you get 3 meals a day, but you can eat those 3 meals whenever you want. I'm pretty sure.
On a side note, do you know why Anakin did kill the younglings?
Because why not?
No.
Vegetarians.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a good callback.
He had enough.
Can you
What?
please
Do you ever?
say the line for vegetarians?
What, that they can suck it?
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Speaking of vegetarianism, as the crow flies, and other stupid terms that Ben hates.
Why do you hate As the Crow Flies?
Because it is irrelevant.
Yeah.
If you ask me,
Crows only fly straight.
So
listen to me.
So
listen to me.
Let's say you ask him directions.
No. How do you get to my house from here? If I say to you, well, as the crow flies, it's only 2 miles that direction. That's irrelevant to you because guess what? You're not
You could just
a freaking bird. You still have to get in your truck and drive down that road and up that road and back this road.
And who knows
then
how many
this road.
stoplights and stop
It has
signs
nothing
you
to
have
do-
to
But if I just go As the Crow Flies, I'll just run through houses.
Then go
Yeah.
do that.
You'd be murdering younglings.
What?
The thing is, as the crow flies, it doesn't
As
help.
the Crow Flies, I murder
do
young
that?
ladies.
Maybe my house is from
No.
this point to my house. Maybe it's exactly 2 miles. But the way you're gonna have to go as a guy who drives a truck and walks, it's more like 3.5. So as the crow flies, it's ridiculous. Oh,
I about sped up my beverage. Because all I could imagine was, because you said, do crows do that? When we were talking about the youngling thing. So all I could imagine was how much different that movie would be. And it was Master Crow. And then
It's
a
like
cutscene
Rain
to
from
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
but I mean, honestly though, if I say to you, well, as the crow flies, my house is only 2 miles away.
Well, as the
Okay.
crow flies.
I mean, yeah,
I can
why
get
is it
there
just
off
still
of that
a-
information.
Yeah,
why
what?
not?
yeah, but how? You're gonna
walk?
just start getting them in the air and circling around a 2 mile radius around
Well,
where you
usually
are?
they follow with like east or like west or something. So it gives you directions.
They don't
It's
know
like a
directions.
compass.
Birds are just like, there's
That's
my
not what's in the
destination.
saying, dude. They
What?
don't know what they don't know.
Yes, they do.
No,
they
they're
gotta
just
know
like,
what north
well, they
is.
went that way, so I'm gonna follow
Alright.
them.
Well, migrations, dude.
You're
They
right.
have to.
They have
Somehow.
their little bird compasses they pull out.
Well,
Like,
they-
oh,
I mean, no,
This
it's
way,
like just
guys.
like in there. It's like instinct.
They know to fly south. I know that.
Yeah.
To migrate.
do they
Why,
know?
yeah,
it's
why would they
south?
go north?
That's a good point.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They know to go that way, but they're not like, this is south,
Oh,
I promise.
Well, they probably don't have like a name for it.
Jerry,
I'm.
this is south. Jerry, this is south.
What do you mean,
We're
Jerry?
flying this way, Jerry.
The crows are arguing.
As the Crow Flies.
As it flies, yes.
Why
In
is
fact,
it? Why
I
is
don't
it a crow?
Exactly. I don't even know why it's crow. It could be any
Why
freaking
not an
bird.
eagle?
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
the
the
eagle
eagle
flies.
flies different.
As the chicken flies.
Well, it's because maybe it's like, well, the eagle will get there in like 2 minutes,
Well,
whereas
how
the
the
crow would
ostrich
take
walks?
20. You know?
But why?
That'd be more
Because
relevant.
the crow's
Yeah,
a
it
bum.
really would.
Because that's something we would have to deal with as people that fly.
Does
Right.
the eagle have jetpacks?
Yeah. Maybe
Filled
it's
with
like
freedom.
maybe it's like a racial thing where the crow represents a race. And
Oh, okay. And on that note,
I
let me
think
just
the
say
crow-
this: it should be as the eagle flies.
There's, Mark! I think crows too are like I'm gonna say the ballsiest of birds.
They are.
You ever
Smartest
you
too.
been,
Yeah,
you been out
really
back?
smart.
You been out back at work?
Yeah.
That one that like sits out there. You know the little white pipe by the back of the building right there. There's one day, and it's always on like a cloudy, rainy day, like it's some kind of Edgar Allan Poe story. And there's this bird sitting there, and I'm like, it's gonna fly away as I get close to it. Well, I get about from me to Colton with this bird carrying something in from outside,
About 5 feet.
and he's
Not even 5 feet.
and he's
Yeah.
like, and then it just goes ah, and takes off. Finally, I was scared to death. I got that close to it, and I thought when it caught it, I was like, it's coming at me now. I mean, I've imposed on its privacy here, but
So that's
As the crow fights.
the
Yeah.
crow fights by pecking your eyes out.
So that segues into another thing with the whole PETA thing, with their changing of terms too.
Oh,
What were they again? I don't remember.
They actually were on TV wanting to change. They wanted to change the sayings of like not to beat a dead horse, but they wanted to change it to like not like don't or feed a fed horse or something like that.
Oh, it
Or
was
instead of killing 2 birds with 1 stone, it's feed 2 birds with 1 scone.
It's like, first of all, what the hell's a scone?
It's a pastry.
You don't know what a scone is?
No, I don't. What's a scone?
It's a pastry.
It's
It's a
delicious
pastry.
pastry. It's like a muffin.
Alright.
Yeah, but it's like getting like
baked.
What?
It's like a break. No,
it's
like
ba-
a sweet.
it's like muffin batter, but it's baked.
Yeah, it's a pretty.
But it's not like a full-on
Yeah.
muffin.
It is a sweet.
Yeah.
So.
It's
Yeah,
it is kind of like a
But
sweet.
yeah, there's like, don't feed a fed horse or something like
Yeah.
that.
I like this one. I just
Or don't put all your like blueberries in a basket or something. What was
Yeah.
it?
Or don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
It's like put all your berries.
in one.
Yeah.
Why
berries
can't
in
you say eggs? In the
All right, hold on. Colton's got one.
Because it's me.
I got one that's really good. Instead of be the guinea pig, it's be the test tube. Because apparently that's 2 mean guinea pigs.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Like, you know, if you're like, be the
No,
guinea
but
pig.
you don't watch the test tube like
Yeah.
run around and like scream and stuff.
Wait, what? What are you doing to this pig?
Don't worry about it, dude. Don't worry.
Addison likes to go to PetSmart on the weekends.
Yeah.
He goes and looks at him. He's.
Bill,
I want the one that's
I got
ready.
another shipment of guinea pigs. The ones I had that didn't work out.
The guy's coming in today. He's gonna look at our stock. They know your face.
I swear I'll win the science fair project this year.
You got any more of those hairless ones?
Yeah, Addison walks in
That's
and he's
okay. I
like,
know how to make them like that.
Addison's like best friends with the guys. He's like, hey Jimmy, where's your finest pigs today? He's like, he rolls out the suitcase. Here's my finest.
Just like out of my pocket, just like here's mine.
Yeah. Well, no, you're like buying them like
You
black
want to
market
trade
drugs.
pig ones?
Yeah.
Oh man, sweet pig.
I can't. I don't know how feed a fed horse or beat a dead horse is offense. I mean,
What does it say?
Oh, it's the
It's-
berry
it's
one.
the berry
Colton
one.
was showing me.
Yeah, Colin's showing us
the-
the terms.
Yeah.
it's
What's wrong?
ridiculous.
It's not like we're actively hurting animals.
Right.
out
It's
there.
it's an expression. It's like I'm not actually outside really practicing on killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
And I'm not actively beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
pointless.
because
Sorry,
I've already
dead. That's not-
succeeded because I killed him by beating him, so he's already dead.
Already
so
dead,
why
exactly.
you beat him?
Exactly.
Beat the
It's-
horse.
It's no longer any fun.
Yeah,
you know?
plus who says I need to use a stone? What about a boulder? You know, roll it down a hill
Or a
to a
gun.
flock of birds.
Yeah.
It's a-
Yeah. That'd be a lot easier. You just
Yeah.
point and shoot.
2 kills, 1 bullet. Or whatever
Oh,
collat.
You can get an achievement for that. I'm pretty sure the government will show up at your door. Yeah, with like a little badge.
friends.
Double kill.
Do you think that they would lose their minds if you somehow killed 3 birds with 1 stone?
Oh, yeah, that
my
would-
god.
I
You
think
know what that
people
would-
You'd be in jail.
First
All
Could you
right, hold on,
actually kill
hold on.
3 birds?
We would. Okay.
It's
Lined
I'll
up,
tell you
right?
how to do it. I'll tell you how to do it.
Well, I'm
Grab
gonna
the
try
stone.
tomorrow.
You throw it
For
at
the
a bird.
PetSmart.
You hit that bird. You go pick that stone up, and then you throw it at it again.
You know, it doesn't count. You have to
Yeah,
throw it
does.
once.
Well,
It touches the
stone.
ground. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
once
one
it's
stone.
yeah, but no.
But you're not killing 3 with 1 stone.
Yes, I am, dude.
Take
Think
your
about it. No, well,
Now
it's
we're
still the
splitting
same
hairs
stone. If
here.
you take the same stone, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're
Like,
saying.
I know that your intention is, well, I'm still using the same stone.
It's very Michael.
Right, with
but
one
yeah,
stone.
Yeah, but you technically threw it twice, and it's like you're supposed to get it in 1 try.
Yeah, it's like in one swoop.
That's the point of the term.
Yeah.
Where they go through like their eyeballs then? How could you get
How
a
small of
collab?
a
Yeah,
stone are you
Also,
throwing?
how hard are you
Something
throwing?
small and sharp, and I'm chucking.
Are
it,
you
dude.
Superman where you're flinging these things like bullets?
Well, how else are you gonna kill 3 with 1 stone?
Well, it doesn't take much
You
to
go
kill a
pick it up
bird.
again.
I don't know if you have a stone this big and you catch 3 baby birds in a nest. That's
Yeah, who says that the birds
That
have to be
is
fully grown
caveman
either?
right there.
Yeah.
It's done.
Also, who says they have to even be out of the egg first, you know? Like, just
Oh, just-
smash the eggs.
Well, they're not birds yet.
Technically,
I've done that
No,
with
they're
my
eggs.
frying pan, dude.
we're killing birds every day.
All they are before that is omelet prep.
Honestly.
I love how we all hate animals.
I don't hate animals.
No, I
They're
was kidding.
delicious.
Yeah. They're also great
Yeah,
if you have
they are delicious.
They're also great if you have peanut butter on hand.
What? Oh god. Oh.
Oh!
Uh,
So, back to Jar Jar killing younglings with the
That's a good
tablespoon.
one.
yeah, does anybody want to? Okay, we got Addison decide that
Okay.
Lord of the Rings was a thing.
Oh, he's going to the bathroom.
I was with Lord of the Rings. So that's two that say Lord of the Rings is their end all be all.
I was Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Over Star Wars?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like some of the stuff of Lord of the Rings, but I can watch even the bad Star Wars, I can watch them all the way through. I cannot watch all the Lord of the Rings. I don't know what it is.
Really?
Yeah. I will admit the Hobbits, I do enjoy the Hobbits
You
more
too,
than
Colton?
I enjoy
Why?
This
first
changes
two.
our friendship. I want you to know this.
Why with you, Colin?
I'm the same way, to be honest.
For being such a movie critic as you are.
Actually, I'm not surprised.
It's-
I know that you like Lord of the Rings, but I also know that you're more Star Wars savvy. Like,
Yes.
that's just you.
I just like space stuff more. It's like ever since even like Toy Story, I remember I just connected to Buzz Lightyear. I just loved Buzz Lightyear.
Was he in Star Wars?
No, but
Oh.
it's
He was to infinity and beyond.
exactly.
You
But
nerd.
it's everything involving space. I was always into as a kid. So
I mean, I think if you like, if space is something you like more,
Then why don't you
Yes.
do that
I
for
think
Colin?
you can lean more towards Star
even
Wars.
now, like I think it's
Alright.
because I never really watched Lord of the Rings that much as a kid. But like I can't really get into it as much.
Well, how
as
come you
I
don't
do
study
in
to
Star
be an
Wars.
astronaut?
Okay,
You
also,
nerd.
I just had an epiphany in the bathroom. I do
Okay.
not want to live in a place with a Death Star. You know how scary that would
Ah,
be? Oh
that's
my
true.
God.
Also,
You just
you
beam
live in
out
a
of the
world
galaxy.
where these guys with like psychic powers are just like gods compared to you. Like they can easily
Yeah.
kill you in an instant.
They're-
Whereas
they're
in
like
Lord of the
ghosts
Rings, you have a
in
chance of
one
surviving
person
no
time.
matter what. Like if you go up against like Gandalf or a dragon, you're screwed. But you could take
Not
out
if you're a Hobbit.
yeah. But you
true.
could take out
Yeah.
those like
Some furry
dwarves
feet.
like
Master Hobbit.
like you could take out those head dwarves. They're like just normal fighters. Like you just gotta be better than them. You know?
Right, but you can't
Yeah.
be better than a Death
But
Star.
at least
Yeah.
he
That
hasn't
just-
changed.
Apparently, you can.
Who's
Yeah.
to say you'll be
Especially the people building them can't learn from their mistake the first time.
They actually made it easier the second
Yeah.
time.
It's like, well, that exhaust port was kind of small. We kind of opened it up a little bit more on this one for some reason.
Did they ever mention how many planets they blew up?
Oh, they only one.
Only
Only
one.
Only one?
Only Alderaan.
That's lame.
But they don't
Imagine all the
those
genocide
exist.
you could have completed.
Actually, if you count,
All the younglings
See,
you
that is
could've
my
killed.
point. That is my point.
All of
right
the
there.
younglings you had an opportunity to just vanish.
unless you want to include the new trilogy Disney's making, in which they destroyed
Which
like
is lame.
12 of them at once.
What is that thing? Is it still a Death Star? or
It's
is it
basically a
like-
Death Star. It's
But isn't it like technically a whole planet like made into a Death Star?
yeah. It's like a better Death Star. It's like you know how like
Well, clearly
the
not. They took it out so
skier.
easily.
yeah.
Alright, he's gonna show us the blueprints here in a sec.
No,
Yeah.
I mean
Cole
Let me
Paul-
ask you this though. In the, I guess it's the Return of the Jedi
yes.
when they're building the second Death Star.
Mhm.
It's not completed yet,
Yes.
but it can fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why bother building the rest of it?
That's true.
The
Well-
purpose of this station was to do what it did.
That's true.
Well, also it's a giant base as well.
Well,
But at that point, I'm like, it doesn't matter. You're destroying. And if you're the guy fixing it, and working on it, you're like, well, it's already. What am I doing down here? Why do I have to build this stupid
So,
room?
and also one argument I have with the original trilogy, the first three, was when Luke blew up the first Death Star.
yes.
How come Darth Vader didn't kill him like so easily? Because he's a much more experienced veteran pilot compared to this turd
Well, he's
who's
also
like flown
son.
for like a couple of
Because
years.
Han Solo came in, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was about like he had the shot on him, and then he got thing. I mean, it is some of that movie magic stuff. It's like,
Han-
oh, maybe,
but Han
maybe you could have
Solo
fired a
came
second
in-
earlier.
Han Solo came in and shot his TIE fighter
Yeah.
escorts, and the second TIE fighter dude like spazzed out, didn't he?
Yeah, and it hit Darth Vader.
Which it was best that he died anyway, because if he messes up like that and lives, Vader's gonna kill that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you
Honestly.
tool, you
Yeah.
messed up, you caved.
Well, he wouldn't
Exactly.
even kill him. He'd like torture him. It's like you ruined my shot.
Actually, Darth Vader didn't torture too many people.
In the comics,
He just put him up and sliced him.
Yeah, I mean, like he tortured Han Solo, but he only tortured Han Solo to bring
Dude,
out
that might make me change my mind.
Luke.
That was a great
Is
scene.
Rogue One included?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
But so is the Solo movie.
Ooh,
What are your guys' views on that, by the way?
I haven't seen it.
Out
I
of
thought it was-
all of the Star Wars movies,
A lot of people said it sucked.
Well,
there's
It
only one
wasn't
I would
great.
say. There's only one I would not want to. I would hate more than that one,
Attack of
Really?
the Clones.
and that's Attack of the Clones. because it's a lie.
Is that the second
Yeah,
one?
it's straight up a lie.
It's a lie.
Attack of the
I
Clones.
did.
3 hours waiting. Are they gonna attack? Are they gonna attack?
No.
The last 10 minutes of the movie, you see clones.
And it's awesome when they finally show up, but you waited throughout this 2.5-hour love story.
Yeah, I had to watch Padme and Anakin make out and hide it for 3 hours. Oh, it's called Attack of the Clones. It didn't even attack.
Yeah,
It's watch Anakin's tongue attack Padme's tongue. That's what it was.
honestly.
And
Some
slowly,
of that tonsil hockey.
do you think he had like
Yeah.
he modified his robot hand to have like pleasure additives to it? You know, like
Like what?
like maybe it shapeshifts into like a total.
No.
Shape shift.
Wait, what?
Okay,
What?
okay. Well,
We were too busy talking to one
that
dude.
goes outside the laws they've set up in Star Wars so far. You can have robot arms, but they can't like just metamorphize.
Or maybe like
Why?
Hold on, stop.
I mean, unless it has like it has to be
Anakin
like
still had a
practical
dingo.
looking. You know what I mean?
right. It
But
could
maybe
be like
he-
a
they
switch
wanted
right
to get
there and
freaky.
you split
You got
it
two
and
Yeah.
different ones now.
switch places. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like the Assassin's
but
Creed.
You don't want to
Blade.
risk. You don't want to risk your hand.
Or
being
like-
That's like
better
a
than
lightsaber
the
on
real
demand
thing.
right there.
Or it's like an interchangeable like drill head.
You know?
Like you just pop off the arm and like switch
You
it aside.
don't
Well,
want
you can do
to
that. It's
don't want to
also
risk it.
practical. You can do, this can't be like the Tony Stark from like Endgame, where it's like just
Yeah, just makes it.
nanobytes that just.
Yeah.
Okay,
appear.
now we're just overloading with movies right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Colton, way to go.
Well, I didn't need to. I'm sorry.
This is the movie. This is the movie
I
episode.
still didn't get my question answered. Did you guys see the Solo movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you like it?
Nay.
It was alright. I liked it, but like it was definitely not one of the strongest ones.
Right.
I know they had a lot of those fan service like moments in it. I felt like they were very tacked on and forced, and I think that
Wasn't
kind
there a
of
love
me off
interest?
throughout the
See,
movie.
like everyone says, like it doesn't like follow the rest of the story like that well. Like me, I don't know that much. Like I don't like dig in deep to it. So I was like, oh okay. Well,
But see,
yeah.
isn't it
Like-
like his story, his life before the movie? So it's like you can
And that's
literally
like
make
way
it.
before too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can literally make it about anything you want.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Because it has nothing to do with the other movies.
I think my biggest complaint about it was the fact that he seemed a little bit too good from like the beginning. If that
Yeah,
makes
that's-
sense.
Yeah.
That's what I heard people complain about. Like they made him out to be like a good guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was a good guy. I think he is a good guy deep down. But if you meet him in like A New Hope, which is the original Star
Yeah, he
Wars,
just does not care.
he cares probably deep down, but not as much. He's just there to get money, kind of thing.
Yeah, and
For
they
the longest part of that movie.
And I like how the
Well, there was
early
the- I feel like
Empire.
the
I like how the
love
early
story-
Empire looked like straight up Nazis.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
this is Wolfenstein. This isn't Star Wars.
Exactly.
soon Mecha Hitler pops up.
Oh my god.
But it's like. But it's
What
like.
was that? Sorry, what was that guy from Rick and Morty where they try to combine Hitler?
Oh, like
Aberdolf Winkler or something.
yeah. something like
Adolf Hitler with
Abraham
Abraham Lincoln. It was pretty good.
Thank you, Colton.
It's pretty cool.
Thank
I'd hang out with him. You know?
Yeah, I would too. Well, I don't know. He did kind of.
If he could, would
He
you
was
hang-
kind of annoying.
would
I can
you-
see why
yeah,
they didn't
like-
He seemed like a chick.
Would you hang out with Hitler for a day?
Yeah.
No.
No,
Why not?
I don't know.
Do I have
maybe
to, like,
but-
probably just
Explain
long
why.
enough to kill him.
Like,
Yeah.
let's say someone brings him from the past into the future, so he doesn't know he's accomplished what he has yet, but you just like hang out
He
with
didn't
him.
You
really
would probably
Is it
just
like
be
baby
over
Hitler?
obsessed. Over.
I feel like he accomplished his goal
Obsessed.
and wiping out a good percentage of people.
That's true.
Yeah,
I mean,
but he didn't
towards the end of the
actually do
war
that.
effort, he did divert a lot of his resources instead for the war to like just getting as many people killed as possible, which is just
Pretty
Yeah,
rad.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Let me hear the question again.
So you want to hang out with Adolf?
For a day,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
You both
Going
go
like
out to
heroin
dinner.
or something?
Can I understand?
It's pretty
what
much like a date, pretty much.
Am I
Just to have
seducing
a
him or is he
date.
seducing me?
Can you understand what he's
Well,
saying,
yes.
or is he just speaking German?
You both speak English.
If he's throwing German at me, like,
Let's say like
He's just
It-
probably gonna be obsessed about his country that he's about to
Oh, yeah.
overthrow. You're gonna get like all
What
the
if-
details.
what if he-
well, he's gonna be like really upset at like what I'm wearing.
But what if
Yeah.
like you change his heart and you like
He's
slowly
like,
get
why are you dressed like that?
Honestly, you would probably just kill me.
No,
Yeah,
you're
but
just
you're
like-
white.
Well,
Well, I don't
he
have
wanted
blonde
us
hair,
to be
blue
blonde
eyes.
hair, and blue eyes.
No, I'm saying
It
this
doesn't
is
even match
this-
the description.
this
Hey, when
isn't-
I was little, I would be great because I had blonde hair, blue eyes, nothing to this.
no.
Then this comes up, he's like, you lied to me.
Yeah. I thought we were friends. You broke my heart. And he walks out the door. He's like, I'll never speak to
He
you again.
finds out the kind of mud I am.
You're the reason he killed all the Jews.
Oh my god.
And no,
Backpedal.
I'm not.
Yeah. Let's get out of here. So the new.
Let's get out of here. Yeah.
Okay. One thing I thought was super cheesy about that movie
Hold
is
on, I'm
that
not done with Hitler.
No,
No,
we're done with
we're done with Hitler.
What about Hitler? Okay. No,
Why do you want to hang
no,
out with
no,
Hitler so bad? Now I'm just curious. Now,
No.
okay, you got me intrigued. Now why?
What if like you slowly change his heart and he like falls in love with you? You know?
That'd be gay, dude.
Why not?
Why don't you just
What
kill
do you mean,
him?
why not?
What? You didn't like Days either.
Yeah, no, he hated them. And back then, that was a lot worse.
You never
than
know.
it is now.
He was. What if he's like
I
a super
don't-
closeted gay guy?
Oh, that's why he killed him? Because
Yeah.
oh.
He just like
What
couldn't
Hitler
bring
was
himself to admit it.
In a video game, he only has one ball.
What?
Well, he had one ball in real life too.
Why did
What
Did he?
Hitler
Yeah.
video game are you
He
playing?
lost it in the war,
Really?
or the first war.
Oh.
Yeah.
why is that information you need on that game?
Oh, because that's what you
Well,
want to know.
If you shoot them from
Spoiler
like far
alert.
away, it'll like do like an X-ray vision to where like you can see the ball.
Oh, you're
like,
talking
into
about
them.
Sniper Elite.
Yeah.
I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about Wolfenstein. I was like,
No.
what?
But
But like, okay, you can like see their anatomy.
Yeah,
so, like,
so-
you can see where the bullet hits, like what damage it does, and
Yeah.
if they have like 2 testicles, and
Yeah.
you can watch them like
you
pop.
You can shoot people's testicles in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So,
So if you shoot Hitler's testicles, in
Like
that
after a
game,
while, it's
it's
Testicle.
It's, only
it's
one
pretty much
testicle.
like Mortal Kombat's X-ray
Uno
moves.
ball.
Yeah. Where it's like, but yeah, it's like Mortal Kombat X-ray moves.
yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Finish
those
him.
movies?
Just grab him by the
Fake
balls.
talent.
They're very-
Oh!
Has anyone played the new one yet?
Yes.
I'm afraid to.
Yeah.
I
It's
see a couple of the fatalities on
This dude-
YouTube. I'm like, God.
Dude, Colton, like he loves them. He loves the
Oh, yeah.
fatalities. Dude, it's so scary.
Colton,
Because
I'm
you know it's
concerned
gonna
you're
happen to
down
me
a
every
dark
time
path.
I
Do you
play.
like
friend.
do you like have them down to memory?
oh yeah.
The
A lot of them.
Slipknot,
Freaking-
the game aggression.
Yeah.
Shut up, Mom! I don't even start
You're
listening to
violent
I
and
know you
racist.
fatality. You're listening to Slipknot.
You're
It's
violent
just a
and-
face, Mom.
Soon he's gonna come in
It's
with
just
like,
a thing.
like cut off shirts and it's like
He's gonna come in and do one of those backflip kicks and
Yeah.
kick Blanca across the kitchen.
He's gonna sell like his car and like buy like a Harley.
Like, what happened?
I mean, my defense for those games, a lot of those deaths, while they are very gory, are also very cartoony in a way. Because none of those
Yeah.
stuff you can actually do.
Well,
in
it's
real
like you
life.
laugh at
It's
how
like
like the guy
so-
stands back
I
up.
agree, and I'm glad. I
Yeah.
hope I never see that
It
happen in
is.
real
It
life.
is kind of comical.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
yeah, you laugh at the guy who stands back up after getting his head caved into.
Yeah, for real. It's like what?
Like,
Like, how
yeah,
did
they
he
do the
get-
extras
Oh,
on
yeah.
like the combos.
Yeah.
Like you see the guy's neck snap and his jaw breaks, and I'm
Yeah.
like, he's not standing.
And
back
he's just
up
like,
after
okay.
that.
He's like, all right, let's
Well,
do
I
it
mean,
again.
that's like the X-rays though. Like the fatalities themselves. It's like you can't just put a hole in someone's chest and then have like a heart that's showed in the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that's not gonna happen. That's not how human
Or, like,
anatomy works.
Freeze like half of someone in ice and then just straight up peel the rest like of the half. Like clean slate.
Yeah.
Like it's wow.
Yeah.
They recently
Yeah.
announced a new guy.
It's just kind of like almost
Oh,
like
yeah.
cartoony, almost. It's like
It's still actually when I watched them because I
Still a little
watched them
disturbing.
all when like Mortal Kombat 10 came out.
Yeah.
I watched them all and I was just like,
At what
I
point?
actually feel a touch nauseous.
At
right
what
now.
point did they
Star
start
Wars,
showing
yes.
the X-rays? Like at which game did they start doing that? Like
I
9?
think 10, didn't they? At least I don't know. I'm gonna show my age here,
Yeah.
but the last Mortal Kombat game I played,
Yes.
Addison, shut up.
Was the one the arcade
Mortal
version?
Kombat 3 on the Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Was that the one? I forget which one was the one with that started that commercial campaign with the Mortal Kombat with people running down the streets. Do you remember?
It might have been that one.
Mortal
Because I don't remember anything
Did it-
past
did it-
that one until when was the first time? Is it Kwai Chi or
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon.
no? That's
Qui-Gon Jinn.
No, it's Quan Chi.
Quan Chi. The first time he shows up,
Quan Chi Min.
that was like the first. Like I guess it was like the first time they had the 3D one. Like whatever the first 3D one was.
Yeah, I think that was.
It's so hard to remember all the different games and the different like characters.
You're telling me, man? I'm 37, man. This was forever ago.
It might have
for
been
me.
Armageddon. That was the first 3D one, but it might have been right before that. I can't remember.
I talked to my brother today about Mortal Kombat because he asked me a question. He said we were talking about that kid who wanted to let money playing Fortnite or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$3 million or some shit.
But
He was 16 too.
yeah, I know. Butthole. But my
Ninja
brother
Kid in,
asked
like,
me.
third.
He said, "What game that we've played? If I had to pick what game I think he could win a tournament in, I said Mortal Kombat 2 with Nightwolf, easy.
Yeah.
Me and my friend Robert played my brother for 4 hours on the Sega Genesis one time. We beat him as he was Nightwolf the entire time. We beat him a combined 1 time. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I bet that was you were so hype after you beat him that one time. Like,
I
oh my
wasn't.
god.
Yeah.
Robert beat him, and I was like,
You bastard.
you know,
You creep.
I just
There it goes.
I just can't. I mean, I couldn't believe it. And it's not that I think he's that good at the game. He just really knew how to play Nightwolf's character.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's what you do when you get those
Yeah, I'm
games.
like-
you
he's
find
like-
one character and you just learn that one.
Yeah, and it was, I don't know. He'd pull out the green axes and you can't touch him.
Yeah.
And it's stupid. Why are we doing this? I wasted 4 hours of my life doing this crap.
When I was in college, we used to have, I actually have it right there, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3.
Ooh.
That was the one, and if I, like, we would have tournaments, whereas, like, if you and I played, you have to put $5 down to play. And then whoever won got the cash. You know what I mean? I won, like, $100 playing Kid Buu on my Hall.
Is that short for what you just said?
What?
Kid Boo?
Anyways, if I was playing a tournament, that's the game I'm playing.
Okay, I got you. What about you?
What?
If there was a game you were going to play that you think you could compete, not win necessarily, but just compete in.
It'd probably have to be like one of the Call of Duty games. Like
Okay.
maybe I think Call of Duty Ghost I was really good at. Like I got very competitive at that. Like I think I'm pretty sure I even got like somewhere in like a few leaderboards, but after a while the game like died and there was like 5 players left on the player base. And I was like, well, this game's finally dead. And I just started getting good. I was like owning friends and all that, and I was like, great, now to move on.
What about you, Colton?
I don't really know. I'm not.
Siege.
Well, I'm not that good at Siege.
Yeah, no.
Like I really ain't. And it's like I'm playing a lot of diverse games, but I'm not particularly great at any of them.
Yeah, I kind of feel that.
But I feel like if I had to choose one, it'd be any of like the newest Battlefield game to come out. Because usually I do pretty well in it. If we just go based off points wise, I'm usually like top of the leaderboard.
I don't know if you can play Battlefield competitively though.
You can't because it's not meant to be played
Yeah.
competitively. But that's the one I'm like the best at, actually.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Fair. I might have to go Apex Legends for like right now. Cause like, I don't know, a couple months ago, like when I was still in college, I would have said Siege, cause like that's all I would play for so long. And I started to like know everything, and then now I started to play Apex, and all of my Siege info just disappeared into Apex info.
I always hate that when you pick up a new first-person shooter.
Yeah.
And it's like
it's completely different.
you
Like,
completely unlearn everything you learned about the last game you played.
because you hop on, you want to get like used to the other game or like play how you do in the other game, and it's just it don't work.
Yeah, I can't even pick a game for myself because most of my game time was growing up with my brother, and he's 6 years older than me.
Yeah.
So I spent a lot of video game time getting my butt kicked.
Sure.
You know,
And bullied.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like, yeah, you're just better at this
It's
than
like
me.
not only do you
Right.
kick my ass in games, you kick my ass in real life.
Well, let's maybe not talk about that too much.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I can't really say there's one game I was superior at.
Is Ben the only one here with like an older brother?
Yeah.
I had an older
Older
cousin.
sister.
Yeah.
But it was very different.
That's not the same at all.
So we've all never experienced like having an older brother who's just like.
Yeah, I only seen it through like cousins and stuff, and like kind of like how that.
Yeah, I always saw like
when we got together.
I always saw like my
I was
cousins
like next down the food
pick
chain.
on each other,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, I've never done that to my siblings. So I wanted to segue into something that Tater brought up about Dragon Ball Z, where I think Addison, Colton, me, and Tater are the only 4 here who watch anime, and Ben doesn't.
Loser.
I want to chime in. I've watched one anime show, and that was Death Note, and a little bit of One Punch Man. So I'm not sure if I really count on that.
But most of us know what he talks about when he says Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yeah, well, I kind of get. I know like the memes and stuff in Dragon Ball Z, but I don't really know. I never really watched the show. I see that he has.
I have all of them, man.
Yeah,
It's the greatest show.
Which
Do you have like?
series is that? Don't say Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, I'm sorry. We were talking about Dragon Ball Z. I fell asleep.
Listen here, man. It's a good show.
Yeah,
it
sure.
probably is. It's just a lot of episodes to catch up.
Oh
on.
yeah,
No,
but
Colton.
it's not as bad as
You don't
some
have to
other
agree, Colton.
animes.
That's true.
You can side with me, Colton.
Okay.
No,
I mean,
Colton.
If you want to be a nerd.
Yeah, don't join the dark side.
well, I mean,
Hey,
it's
I
like,
watched
had
one
Josh on.
anime.
yeah,
What?
I watched Ghost in a Shell.
That's not.
yeah. I mean, that.
Don't tell me it's not anime.
That counts. I think.
It counts.
I mean-
but
Is it?
did you watch like the new one or?
No, I'm talking back in the day when you
Oh.
were still like 4.
Yeah. Shit.
Is Avatar: The Last Airbender count?
I think it's
Yeah, that
Okay,
counts.
okay, I love that show.
But it's more
That's
of
a
an
great
American. anime.
Yeah, that's a lot more American.
Yeah, it was created by American people. And just a lot of inspiration from animes.
I never knew Dragon Ball Z would cause so much tension. It's like,
Well, part of the problem is I'm gonna have nothing to say about it.
That's true.
Yeah,
well, what
I
about
don't
you?
really have
I mean,
much to say about it
if you guys want to talk about it, that's fine.
I feel it the same way because I only know.
Just when you come around to ask my opinion about it, just play a cricket chirping.
So Ben,
I
what
just
is
don't-
your thoughts?
I mean, number one, I don't know anything about it to say
Yeah.
yeah or no.
Yeah, no, me neither. I know they like fight in their head. and
Is that
there's
where the
balls.
Wait,
is that where that kid throws that ball and the animal comes out?
They have like.
I don't know what you're talking about anymore.
Oh, that's a Pokemon. Okay,
Are you sure?
that's the same
I watched
thing, right?
one with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
the same
kind of
thing.
the
Like the
same.
one episode I
Yeah.
had, my friend was like, "Oh yeah, they were just training like in their mind." They like woke up, they're like on a ship, and they were fighting beforehand, and it was so confusing.
What are you talking about?
Dragon Ball Z, dude.
That sounds like
They like
some
train
kind of
inside
Naruto.
like their mind or something.
No. What?
Dude, I saw it.
They
I
only
swear.
They only train physically all the time.
That's why they're so dumb.
I'm looking
Well,
at
like,
them
it was
across the
physically,
table.
like,
Well, I mean,
there's
Vegeta's not dumb. Principal saying he's smart.
He's not the prince.
He's the prince.
He gets his butt kicked every time.
Canonically he's the prince, but he's not the strongest.
No.
He's the prince. What do you mean no? You
No, I
can't
mean
do
like no, like I'm
Okay.
agreeing with you. He's not the strongest.
I was about to say.
Did you see the new Broly movie?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Awesome.
All right, let's segue away from anime now,
Okay.
because no one here likes it.
I
The
think
grizzly bear versus
That's what I
silverback
was gonna
gorilla.
Okay.
Okay.
We
Fuck-
have a
fuck's
tiebreaker now.
sake.
This could
That's
be
true.
it. This could be it.
All right, this is the last time we're gonna bring this up.
All right, that's fair because like now we
Next
actually
week,
have like an
it's
answer. We have a
alligator
Because me and Ben
versus
spent like half an hour talking about it, and then we
Stay
spent like
tuned.
another half hour on the
Polls
second
may open.
episode.
Okay, where did we stand? I think I said me and Tater both said Grizzly, right?
oh yeah.
And Addison and Christian both said Silverback.
Yeah.
Colton, we've gone back and forth.
Okay.
Again, he
About-
still
I'm
hasn't
looking at the ceiling because I'm thinking.
he still hasn't listened to the first episode, so he doesn't know.
But
In depth.
he's heard a lot of the talking points at work though. We've
Yeah.
talked about
I
it.
think so. We bring it up a couple times. I'm pretty sure I even gave my opinion on
Because
it.
I think we covered all like what we think would be the advantages for the Silverback, advantages for the Grizzly, and I think it just
And like, what would the aftermath look like?
I think the Grizzly would win the fight in the end.
You think so?
Yes. I mean, there's
We'll
no
high
way.
five each other
I mean-
somewhere else.
Let's say that somehow we get this huge silverback gorilla that is able to somehow,
Like one that's been weightlifting.
yeah.
No. This is
No,
not
it's
the way
just
that
a
they
natural-
show
I
it.
know, why not?
It's
Gorilla.
like the
Give him a
strongest-
handicap.
He doesn't need one. He's a silverback
He's a gorilla.
But which one is faster? That's the grizzly bear also.
No.
It is.
What?
They can swim faster and
Silverback
run
is
faster.
way faster.
So let's say, what do you mean by win? Because at the end of the day, even if it is overpowered by the silverback, which I don't think it can run away from it and get away from any danger.
Wait, why would the
whatsoever.
grizzly run away though?
Because
Well, they
Man,
do.
grizzlies
they do
plus.
run.
I mean, animals do lead situations if they can.
Yeah.
It's
It's
not
not,
like
like
they can win.
it's not like they're gonna see each other and like instantly start fighting.
But I will say
Grizzly's a
this
big
though,
old
I
wuss.
do think if the grizzly bear does leave, I consider that
A win.
That's
a
true.
win. I mean, we're talking like just straight up
Yeah.
death match. It's going to end this way.
Okay,
So-
if that's the case, I still think the grizzly bear will win.
Oh, man.
Alright. Well, there's your tiebreaker,
King
Ben.
Kong ripped a.
We're not talking
No,
about
sword.
King Kong.
He's not the same.
He's just a mini King Kong, dude. What are you talking about?
If King Kong is added in this, then we need to add
He's a mini King Kong.
a King Kong
That's what-
sized grizzly bear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
because
fair.
if you're talking
King
King Kong
Kong
against a
wins.
normal sized grizzly bear,
No.
well, yeah, that's dumb.
No,
but-
I'm
Like,
talking
like-
about mini King Kong. He's very, very small, which is a normal silverback gorilla, right?
Not really.
No.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yes, it is.
No.
Why not?
Okay, well, speaking
I
from
don't know.
doesn't make it true.
Yeah, exactly.
The
exactly.
ability to speak does not make you intelligent, as Qui-Gon once told me.
Wow.
He once told you.
Oh my god.
You-
That's sass.
He said it in the movie, and you're like,
There's the
"What?
Colton
What?
sass we all talked about. There's the Colton
Dang.
sass we all brought up.
That's actually the first thing I think Qui-Gon says to Jar Jar Binks in the first Star Wars episode. It's like the
What you
ability
should
to
have said was slice his head off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon Jinn's dead, right?
It is.
He got shot down by his clones.
That would have been so
Why
funny.
not Jin?
Yeah, didn't Qui-Gon get killed by the clones?
No, he got
No, he-
impaled by Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the whole story arc of Obi-Wan. That's like
Yeah.
the best part about that movie.
Yeah, that was the best.
You ever like to just watch Order 66 on repeat over and
No.
over?
No.
Yeah.
I do like that one scene though, when like Anakin first turns to the dark side and he's marching up with the clones up
Oh,
to the
yeah.
Jedi. That's an awesome scene. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
It's just there's a sense of like empowerment to it in a way, even though it's
Right
really
then,
dark.
though,
Sense
you're
of
like,
empowerment.
Yeah, I mean,
even then,
Yeah,
at
'cause
that
he's
point,
got a
you still
to
had
go
no idea.
Yeah.
He was going for the younglings.
I was
that's
still
true.
kind of upset
But, like
over.
the clones are fighting actual Jedi outside, probably. He
Yeah.
went straight to the
He's like,
kids.
Oh my
Guys,
god.
there's more important matters to take care of inside.
Like the clones can take
Somebody
care of
better go
the
take care of these children.
Well, yeah, why did Anakin have to do it? He was like, I need
Why did the clones have to do
Yes.
anything?
That's true. I mean, but the
As
clones,
Billy B.A. as Anakin was at the time, like, why did they need all the clones?
well, it's because I think it was mostly because the Jedi trusted them, and so
Yeah.
they're more likely to. Be
Hey, why do you think Yoda was the only one who like sensed what was getting ready to go down?
Because the freaking or the clones troopers that was with them were really stupid and waited like forever to actually make a move on it.
Because he's Yoda, dude.
Well, no,
He's
Yoda
small,
sensed
speedy,
everyone
and
dying.
scary.
Yeah, he did, but at the same time, do you remember that scene where like the
So
two
he-
guys walk up behind him and they would look at each
Yeah.
other for like a minute, and then finally one of them cocks the gun. It's like, of course he's gonna
Well,
react.
no, because when he sensed all the other
He was
Jedi,
just checking.
To that.
but see, he was already on like high alert.
Yeah.
He was like waiting for something to happen.
That's true.
So
But I mean,
I
it
feel like
was
they're trying
dragged
to do
out.
that.
I
Like,
feel
they
like
had to walk in there thinking, like, dude, there's no way.
What do you think?
We're
Do
just
you
gonna
think they
end it
were
like
pissed
that.
off that order got sent out, and they're like, "But we're with Yoda.
yeah. honestly.
This is bull crap.
There's
He's
two-
gonna
Yeah.
kill us."
There's a whole
Do
army
you-
down there.
do
They
you
sent
plan to
two
bring
people
the
take
whole
care of you.
battle-
That's a good point too, because
Yeah.
they were like up in like a station. Why didn't they just
Exactly.
like tell everyone to shoot up?
do you
Yeah,
think they
exactly.
asked if they could bring the
do what they
gunship
did to
down and
Obi-Wan,
just
tell
fire
the
down
tank
on the
to shoot
planet?
where Yoda is.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think little Goblin would have got away anyway.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
100%. He would have sent the bullet before he did.
He's Smeagol's cousin.
How long did he stay on that swamp planet?
A long time.
Like, literally, right after episode
Yeah,
3, he
Dagobah.
went straight there, I'm pretty sure. And that's
Did
just
he?
because if you watch the Clone Wars animated series, like not the,
The 2D or the
one,
3D?
The 3D one.
The 3D is the best. I
Um,
grew up with that.
And it's not anime, so
and it's
even
not
better.
anime, so it makes it a lot
But it
better.
sucks that they ended it too soon.
Well,
Where-
they're bringing it back now.
well, I don't know if it's gonna be the same. Well, they're doing that Star Wars Rebels things on Disney,
Yeah, but I think that
which is
that's
lame.
I mean, it's it's lamer than Clone Wars, but I think it's okay.
I don't know.
Anyway, in that one, he actually goes to Dagobah really early on and meets Qui-Gon there, and he learns how to like make himself immortal. That's like only a certain.
Oh, as Qui-Gon Ghost.
Yeah.
Okay. I do like also as soon as Luke gets there, how Yoda just like annoys the crap out of him and picks on him the whole time.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Takes his food and like,
crazy old
he's like throwing that stuff out of there.
Just trying to make him like show his patience and whatnot.
Luke accidentally kills Yoda.
Just trying to make him show his patience.
How would that have changed the series if he accidentally killed Yoda out of anger right there?
Oh yeah, that would be hilarious.
You little green bastard! Slice!
I'm tired of all the training, Master.
Darth Vader sitting somewhere going, well, things have got a whole lot easier. Yoda's dead.
Yeah, I mean, they thought Yoda was already dead, didn't they? Because like,
why did it take him so long to figure that out?
well, they didn't know where he was. They just thought he died somewhere.
Well, it's actually a pretty good idea to just go hide after the clones.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where he went and hid. Like, who wants to go?
Well,
there?
also, it's like, what is he gonna do all by himself against like an entire army? You know?
Well, I mean, he was
Yoda.
like fighting like 10 deep, and he was doing backflips.
So that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like, they were waiting for the right opportunity to send the right warrior to like.
I mean,
go
you
up
could
against
just
the
like
Empire.
keep throwing guys at him until he wears himself out, though. You know?
Yeah.
To Yoda?
Yeah.
I mean, that's true
That's
of
a
any
lot
Jedi.
of guys, though.
They're clones. You could just
Yeah,
keep
but you
making
gotta
more.
think about the efficiency of your military at this point.
Gotta
Like,
keep in mind also.
like we just dropped 237 guys killing this dude,
For
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
and I'm not even sure he's dead.
You also got to keep in mind, not a lot of the clones were just like were not made anymore after Episode 3.
I know. I hate that they stopped cloning them. I was like, why?
Think about it, dude. They still had an order where they can take down the Chancellor if they got someone in power.
Yeah, but they
give them that
clearly
order.
made it obvious that they can change the orders because he added that 151 rule where if anything happens, they'll kill Vader. And Vader found out through one of the clones because he asked him
I'm not
questions
familiar with all
about
these comments, my dude.
it. And because he asked,
You're
he
bringing up
interrogated.
comics.
Yeah,
That's not fair, dude.
he interrogated one of the clones and he kind of spilled the beans, but he had to kill the clone so the Emperor wouldn't
But
find
I
out.
always thought, okay, I never read a comic, but I always heard that Vader was one of the few people, like, he was against, like, he wanted to have clones in his regiment, even after...
Yeah,
they
because
started making it.
he preferred them overall.
Yeah, exactly, so why... Okay.
Well, Emperor Palpatine, he was just like...
Apparently, he has that power. I don't know.
I guess he just didn't trust... Oh, yeah, because, what was the race called that bred them?
I forget, but the Camino guys.
Yeah.
You mean the guys?
Yeah.
El Camino guys?
Apparently
They
they were afraid of them essentially.
Really tall.
Yeah.
freaks.
Whatever
Yeah,
they're
El
called.
Camino.
The
El
El-
Camino.
El Camino.
Yeah, I thought that's what he said. I was like,
The 79 El Caminos ruled this land.
But apparently the reason was the Emperor was afraid they'd create a coup with the clones and like try to overthrow them because they have the ability.
I'm sure the Emperor was very paranoid about
Oh
it.
yeah, he was paranoid.
It's like once you get power, you're gonna be worried that someone else is
Like
gonna
my
take
good
that
old
power.
buddy Hitler.
Why does not go back to Hitler?
Star Wars, the Emperor's like Space Hitler.
So we go back.
Has anyone ever actually made that comparison?
Well, I
I mean,
think
you kind of
probably.
can. I mean,
Yeah.
I think.
especially with the newer Star Wars when they're doing the New Order stuff.
Oh yeah, that's 100%.
When Captain Red Hair there is
Yeah.
like preaching at him, and they're
Oh,
all
that guy
standing there, and they're all like, "Durr!" I'm
Yes,
like,
that is 100% like Hitler.
Captain Red Hair.
I can't remember what his name
Yeah, I
is.
don't remember either.
The guy who's mad now because he has no power and he knows it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, why is he in control of anything? First of all, like, does he he's not even that good of a general because he keeps messing up throughout the second.
Well, again, it's your
Last Jedi.
fake title. He's the Jar Jar of the Empire.
Exactly.
Here, you're useless, but we're gonna throw a meat with a shirt on you.
Yeah. And then when you
It's
mess
gonna
up, we
look
just
real.
drag you around the room.
Yeah, we're gonna beat you up and abuse you when we lose.
That one, they killed the Snook guy.
Snoke.
That was
Snook.
was
Yeah,
it?
make sure you get it right around these
You mean
people.
Yeah.
Snooki from
Snook.
Snooki from like Jersey Shore? Or...
Yeah. They killed the Snook.
Why couldn't it have been here?
Well, it might have just cut off the bun because she's so
That's true.
short. But
Nah,
anyways,
that was cool.
It was very anticlimactic because they built him up in the first movie, and you're like, man,
Dude,
this is a bad dude. Yeah,
Sort of.
and then it's just
Oh, yeah,
It's kind of there, to be fair.
People were
big
upset. People were upset that how much they built him up and then how easily they just killed
They
him.
built
off.
him up just as much as they did the Emperor. It was like he was a hologram that talked to Kylo once in a while.
But see,
Who was Snoke?
they
We don't
they
know.
did the
We
Emperor
just-
justice with the prequels.
That's the thing, but the prequels
That's
didn't
probably
come
the
out
only
for
good
the
thing about the
longest
prequels.
time.
Right.
But still,
It
they did
wasn't original.
justice.
And
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you
but we're
can't- that's
talking
like fixing a
70s from the
mistake.
2000s.
yeah, like it
Yeah.
wasn't until George Lucas saw Jurassic Park that he was like, "Oh, we should this is a new thing. I want to pioneer it," kind of thing.
Wait, what?
What?
Well, CGI. Like when he found
Oh.
out about CGI,
Oh.
he wanted he pioneer that and make
Oh
that
yeah,
technology.
because before it was
better.
all green screen.
Exactly.
Why'd you look into my eyes?
I don't know. I've been leaning in close to the mic.
He's looking into your soul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get these facts right,
I'm
nerd.
talking right now, Christian.
Alright, well, before it gets too violent.
Let's get
here-
Colton to gavel and just whenever facts are wrong, you'll slam it.
Yeah, exactly.
So to put it to rest, we're gonna say grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear.
3-2.
Yes. And that's what we spent this
They're
whole
taller,
day talking about.
They're just more heavy, just muscle mass. Like they just have more muscle mass and they're stronger. I'm pretty sure.
Well, me and my silverback are gonna go hang out now and eat bananas all day.
Wait,
He's gonna teach me
Oh,
the way.
what's his name? Me and Harambe are gonna go chill out.
Rest in peace, my
He's
homie.
Sorry to tell you.
I'm joining him after this conversation.
Me and my homie.
At least
It was all because of a youngling.
Me and my main man Harambe. We're gonna go
Hashtag
chill.
youngling.
That was because he had that kid, right?
Yeah.
That kid got him the.
I blame
He
the
wanted
stupid
to see
parents.
Harambe and he fell in, or he wanted to get in with Harambe.
and it was exactly
Well, it's like
like King Kong.
It's
Let me
like
just say
someone
that.
Well, he was just pulling the kid around.
He was like a
wasn't
ragdoll. He wasn't.
He didn't even-
It was kind of
right.
Wait, did he pull him around? I
Yeah,
thought
Yeah,
it
he
was
did,
kinda
but he
funny.
was like just kind of.
I thought he-
like,
I thought
he
he
was
just
like
walked
through the
up to
water.
him.
He was like pulling
Yeah.
back into
Yeah.
the water. It was like no.
It's more like he was trying to take care of it, but he didn't really know. Like you could tell he didn't really know how to handle a kid because he was holding him and like.
Well, he's a gorilla.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
He's
maybe
holding him.
he just thought of it
There's
like a
that.
bag of trash just fell into his cage, and he's just like, "What's this garbage?" And he's like,
Well, he wasn't
No, he
hurting, but
definitely-
he could have. He could have.
It could have turned. It could have turned horrible
Oh, yeah.
instantly.
Yeah.
didn't have to-
Exactly.
"Don't they have like tranquilizers or something?" Though?
No.
Yeah. This is so
No,
funny.
that was Harambe, right?
What?
Yeah.
Which one?
That was him, right?
Well, King
Yeah.
Kong?
Yeah, it was a stunt
I
double.
wasn't listening.
Just
Like a
a
real-
stunt double.
that
It's
is,
the
they put him
Illuminati.
down, right?
Yes,
Just
they
to cover
covered
up.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, they said they thought about doing the stun stuff first, but they weren't sure how long it would take for him to like
Oh,
fall
okay.
asleep, and what if he got pissed after that?
Yeah.
And just
Okay.
yeah.
killed the
I was.
kid.
For some reason, I thought after they got the kid out, then they killed him.
No.
He's
Yeah,
turned
no,
like
see, that's what they
I
have
was
like
like, wait a minute.
He
Well,
just
that's
turned-
kind of wrong.
Yeah.
he just turns the kid into like a pulpy
video of him
mess.
actually shooting.
Oh my
Just basic
God.
question, you know?
Yeah. I wonder if that was something that they like while they're. I mean, like at a point they knew they were gonna shoot.
Yeah.
So at that point they're going around to everybody,
Yeah. Stop
getting
recording.
cell phones and cameras out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, everybody stop,
Yeah, we're not
Do you-
having this on live.
Do you think it'd be
television.
funnier, like,
which they should have.
Yes.
Teach all those other
would
girls
you
a lesson.
would you have believed the
Just
video
gotta show
more?
it
Kids fall in your cage, you put it back out of the cage.
He just throws it.
Okay, so let's say you go back in time and the video comes out again. Do you think it would have been more hilarious and you wouldn't have believed it as much? Or you would have thought it'd be more
Hilarious?
horrific if, like, Harambe pulled out a giant mallet and bashed the kid into pulp?
Why? There's a Harambe.
Like a
I
giant
don't even
Gallagher
know how
mallet.
to answer what you just asked.
Yeah, honestly.
Like-
like
like-
a judge's mallet?
Like a, yeah,
I'm
but,
judge, jury.
I can't say I would have laughed either way. I think just would have been like.
But it's like comedically large.
I think I would have been just
Like a Donkey Kong.
like Tater just asked. I think I would have asked. The whole time he's like whacking the kid with it. I'm going, where did he get the mallet from? And he needs to stop doing that. But
Where did he get the mallet?
and even maybe the news anchor cover, it was like, oh man, what you just witnessed was horrible. Does anybody else want to know where that mallet came from?
It's the one guy who's been carrying that mallet around for like a year. And he sees the kid jump in, he's like, now's his chance.
Here, kid, use this. All the gorilla picked it up. Oh crap. Didn't see that coming.
It's just like the Super Smash Bros.
Oh yeah. It's so good.
That's terrible. I'm a horrible person.
You are.
Winner, Harambe. Just like the kid with like a bloody ball.
Everyone on the stage like, watching just pulls
Clapping
their
his
dicks
bloody
out.
ball band.
Oh my god.
Addison, we're at the bottom of the rabbit hole. There's no reason to dig deeper.
No, that was like the meme though. There's always dicks out for Harambe.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
What are we talking about? What meme?
That was a meme.
That was like the big thing, yeah.
Yeah. People
Like after he died.
They just randomly said that. What the hell does that have to do with anything?
That means you whip out for Harambe.
Yeah. Give him the mallet.
What if you're taking out and give her the mallet?
I just
We must show her off every
I just didn't know the reference as to why that was even happening.
Oh, good lord.
Addison was just turning a corner there.
He's just waiting. He's waited all day.
Yeah, just to say that.
whip your dick out.
God,
Please, all of us.
my head.
Lonely.
Oh.
Harambe, the greatest man.
Who would have won between Harambe and a grizzly bear?
I'm Harambe,
Harambe.
especially with the mallet.
He would've gone
I'm still
super-
going with grizzly bear.
Harambe would have gone Super Saiyan.
I mean, in all seriousness, he was a cage. Like he'd be weaker than any regular silver.
You know-
Yeah, that is fair.
You know who could take out Harambe?
Who?
A gun.
Hulk Hogan.
Obviously, a gun.
Super Mario.
Super Mario.
Super Mario.
Oh, that's true.
He just,
Oh yeah, that's
he
true.
just jump up and like bounce him.
Unless he has a bunch of barrels.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Again, too, I'd be like, why does this thing have all these barrels?
He's preparing.
You ever seen Mario's nips?
What?
Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
That was a meme going around.
I mean,
Or
He
like,
showed his nipples in it?
or like he would have like a.
kids like him.
He had swimming
For
trunks on.
starters, it's not Mario, it's Mario.
And people were like,
It's
Nintendo.
Super Mario.
And his brother Luigi.
It like blew up the internet. People were like,
Liggy!
Nintendo confirmed Mario.
Liggy!
Why is it such a big deal to see Mario nipples?
Because
I
you
don't
just
know.
never seen it before.
Explain that to the other people. They were just like, Nintendo confirmed he's got nips.
Mario nips.
Yeah, exactly.
Nintendo
Mario.
confirmed that he has
Oh yes,
nips.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Exact terms only.
I mean, it's just
You just, God, there's some stuff you just, why? Does
People-
this matter?
People
Yeah.
just like jump on like the weirdest memes sometimes.
It's like they got on Nintendo about it's like what are the genders for like the Toads because they had Toad and Toad.
Oh, they've said they don't have genders.
Exactly.
to
So
save
there's like
themselves.
no one. We're not even gonna answer this. There is no genders. They just assume to be more feminine
Yeah.
or more male like.
Apparently, toads are like asexual.
It's just
They're
because
just,
like how are you
split?
gonna answer that
Like,
question?
yeah,
about
like,
a
why is that?
cartoon?
They don't explain it.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
They just say there's no boys or girls. They're
yeah,
all the same.
that's,
You think they grow out of the ground?
Probably.
probably.
You know what's really messed up? Y'all play the new Smash Brothers?
Yes.
You know, like that.
no.
Princess Peach has this one move where she pulls a hostage mushroom person out of her
What?
back and uses them as a shield.
No.
And they're obviously distressed. They're like flailing their arms and like.
Hold on. Actually, in this newest one, they fixed that.
What?
But that started in Brawl. She would actually use it as
Oh,
a
that was
defense.
Brawl.
And hold them out, and that'll be an attack.
so funny.
But in this newest one, since they got complaints about it, all she does is she hides, and then Toad comes out and tries to protect her. Kind of.
Wait. But in the first one,
So she was a
She
mom.
held
she forced.
Yeah, it was
Well, she's like she's the queen.
Here, take it.
I mean, freaking out too. It's like.
Well, when you think about it too, she's like the queen, so she can do whatever she wants to the peasants.
I mean, that is her kingdom. That is her people. It's just a bunch
Unless
of
the weather
toads.
changes.
She's a princess.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
can't defy
Oh,
her.
it's made in China, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so unless the weather changes.
exactly. Once the
You ever
weather
heard how
changes.
Donald Trump says China?
Let's not bring no politics here.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
not
how he
even
says the word
politics.
China.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
just like-
political.
He's Orange Man that says.
There's no bias here. We're not saying that.
All right.
You just hear him, and they've made like
China.
memes about it and stuff. Where he says China. It's great.
Oh.
It's kind of more like
Did you see his
China.
tweet releasing ASAP Rocky?
What?
It was like, it was a rocky week. Let's get you home ASAP Rocky. It was like,
Shut
oh my god,
No.
that's bad. That's
The only thing I've seen of him
sad.
recently is the little video they made of they put his face on the front of Thomas the Train.
Oh yeah.
And it's singing it was like singing the Thomas the Train song, but it was going ping pong ping, and then they had him say China in the middle of it. Oh
Wait, ASAP or?
no, Trump.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
That's great.
That's about as political as we're gonna get on
Yeah,
this show.
honestly.
People make great memes.
Oh my goodness.
Still waiting for Space Force.
What's what?
You ever heard about that?
Yeah, I heard about that. Never mind.
Wasn't that thing?
I don't want to go there. We're not going down there.
But it's one.
Oh,
But
I'm
no,
thinking Star Wars.
that's an interesting segue. In the future, doesn't matter who's the president. In the far future, when we do have space travel between planets and stuff,
If we do.
We'd literally have to figure out teleportation at the speed of light.
not,
that would
no,
still
not
take
teleportation.
so
I'm talking like just normal space
long.
travel, like
Dude,
like
oh,
a,
yeah.
like
you
a
mean our solar system?
kind of like a
Oh.
yeah. Only in
Okay.
like obviously we're not going like other systems. We're just staying in ours. But I'm talking like let's say like a cruise ship system.
I'm about to ruin your whole little. Go ahead, y'all keep going.
But would you
I'll wait till y'all finish. And
Okay.
I'll crush everything.
All right.
see? I'm already lost now.
Oh, he's got the Trekkie over here though.
Like would you want to be like let's say like you're living in this generation but would you want to be like kind of like Han Solo where like you're a
Outlaw?
spice dealer or whatever, spice smuggler? Yeah, remember spices?
Well, he just smuggled anything. I think.
Yeah, but that was one thing they always brought up. He's a
Oh.
spice smuggler.
Oh.
But do you want to essentially be like an intergalactic criminal, or would you want to join Space Force? You know, which one would be?
Space Force.
Yeah.
If you get in
I like
trouble,
the idea of being a Han Solo. To be honest.
well, like
I'm
my
not sure
thing is,
if
if
it's
you
just
get
like
in trouble
smuggling
as
stuff.
Han Solo,
I can see
you have
Colton
to
like
deal with
dressing up
Space
exactly
Force.
like him too.
Exactly.
I think if I'm gonna be in the Star Wars universe, I'm gonna say Empire, just because they got all the cool stuff.
Honestly.
If I'm gonna be in Star Trek universe, definitely want to be in Starfleet because
Yeah.
you just you have all the cool stuff.
Yeah, honestly.
And plus, you get to doink female alien chicks of different races.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
If
it's
you're
always-
into that
that's
sort of
always a-
thing.
If you're Captain
Always a
Picard.
plus.
Yeah.
Huh?
If you're Captain Picard.
That's actually the first thing I thought of.
What?
Like
Wait.
doinking aliens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he's known for.
Is he?
Yeah.
Who?
Picard?
No. That's
That's
you're
Captain
thinking of
Kirk.
Shatner. Yeah. Kirk.
William Shatner.
Yeah, you're thinking of Kirk.
Yeah.
Kirk.
Picard was pretty proper, dude.
Yeah,
He was a
Picard
proper
was like
Englishman,
the-
wasn't he?
Yeah, he was like.
He was
But he still had like women come after him.
Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc.
He was French.
Oh,
You
I
gotta
can't
throw
watch
that
that now.
accent.
You can.
A Frenchie running a ship? It just sounds really cliche.
They surrender right
It's better
away.
than anime. I mean,
Wow.
of course, what's not?
Oh, my goodness.
Ben, calm
For
down.
those of you who are tuning into the podcast,
Tater's
We're
back.
now fearful for our lives.
I have just been assaulted.
Not yet.
Tater's got a black eye.
Hey, you brought up Hitler.
Look, I just want to hang out with the guys. That's wrong.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's wrong. Yes.
Seems like an interesting guy.
I mean, I just
Interesting
like,
is
even
a
if you
word.
learn,
Interesting. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
There's some things about him.
like,
I don't
if you
know
learn
how
some
like
stuff.
friendly I'm gonna be with him.
Exactly.
No.
This could be after a while, like, especially towards like the end of his life. Like he went completely insane.
Well,
you
that's
know,
why
like,
I'm saying like pre war and stuff, where he's just like
Well, yeah.
campaigning.
you know,
Well, that's not even like Hitler then. You know, like
Well, no, I mean,
it's
I mean, it
It
definitely
started
is
somewhere.
Yeah,
I mean,
but like
people they say that his time in Austria was the time where he developed a lot of his hatred for.
when he was in prison too, though, right?
that's when he wrote his book.
No, that was way after. It was way before that. 'Cause he supported this leader they had.
Which was way before what?
Yeah.
He was in Austria before he moved to Germany. He
Oh,
got sent to
okay.
jail for
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, he
I'm just saying, I don't think prison helped him much.
no definitely.
No,
I don't
And
think
going,
that helped him rehabilitate.
And going to World War I definitely did not help him at all.
No, that's a lot of the reason.
They
why
talk
he got
about there's a whole theory
Especially
about like the
attitudes.
gas he inhaled, he got injured from, might have had some psycho effects to it.
But yeah, go on.
This happened.
Do you see it
I
moving?
see.
So for all the listeners out there, Ben has a can of Arnold Palmer on the table, and right now it's slowly sliding down towards the edge, and we're all just.
No, it's
watching it
going
all.
up, dude. Like what?
Oh yeah, now it's like twitching.
It's
It's just twitching.
How much you got in that thing?
It's empty.
Oh, that's why it's the
Oh,
fan.
oh, okay.
You buzzkill.
I thought that we were.
Wait. It's not empty.
Thought we were experiencing.
Yeah, we all got sad. Thanks a lot.
we thought it was ghosts.
Yeah.
I was relieved. This is my house.
I don't believe in ghosts.
Oh yeah, we talked about my plan when I die, to hopefully become a ghost and haunt the shit out of people.
I thought
I
you
mean,
were
it's
gonna
not
put your
bad, Judge.
ashes in candy for kids.
Well, that's
Honestly, if
whoever
it's like-
eats it gets like $100.
Oh, that's not weird at all.
Well, that's what he said.
That's if that's. Well, it's like yeah, I still want my ashes scattered, but if like being a ghost is separate from that.
I want them scattered in yum cereal.
Oh, well actually, my.
That's my favorite.
But I have a plan for that too. But first of all, so hopefully when I die, if there is or any afterlife of any kind, I would like to hopefully have the choice or a chance to become a ghost and freely haunt whoever I see.
Okay, is it when you're haunting people? Is it gonna be like Beetlejuice haunting, where it's kind of like silly, or is it gonna be like scar kids for life, sort of
I
haunting?
mean, you're asking Christian this question.
That's
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
I'm going
ready
like-
for this dark answer.
I'm gonna
he's
go like
give you?
mentally like Freddy Krueger style, but I won't
Oh,
actually
Lord.
kill anyone.
Okay.
You're just gonna scar them
think
for
Yeah.
life.
Those people don't wish they were dead.
Yeah, no wish they were dead, but I won't kill them. And it's like if maybe I'll push them towards the edge, but I'll be like that was out of my hands. Like they chose.
Oh my
In-
god.
into the mind
It's
of Christian.
Yeah.
Into the mind.
Yeah. Legally, I can't be held accountable because I'm already dead.
Do you think your ghost represents what you were before? Would I be a fat ghost?
Like
'Cause that would
Jedi's.
suck, dude.
Like Jedi ghosts,
Like, would there be places
where
I
like
couldn't go through?
Anakin went back to his normal self.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah,
it would be
that would-
hilarious if you was like, only had 3 limbs, it was just flopping around.
They just have the sheet over his head,
Exactly.
and it's your standard Halloween ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Anakin.
Oh my god.
He's got a little badge on.
Also, like
Well, my name is Andy.
if I die, do I like appear as a ghost? What I'm wearing currently? Like if
No,
so,
I think you'll
like
go
could
back to your roots. Like you'll have a sombrero and
No,
a poncho.
yeah.
because that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like, can I choose to die in like a sombrero poncho and like
Oh my
get
Lord.
like a comedically large mustache?
like you had earlier.
Yeah. But like even like a giant black caterpillar on my lips.
Yeah, I think that's what should happen.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But then you run into situations where I would have like bagpipes and I'd be wearing lederhosen too.
Yeah.
And you wear
which is pretty awesome.
Also you gotta wear the kilt with no underwear underneath. Like like they do.
Oh, straight breezy under there. Oh,
I'm sure that feels amazing.
I bet it
Yeah,
does.
until like something bounces up and wracks your nuts.
Yeah, so this.
You ever seen those log throwing competitions they have?
Yeah.
Those are insane.
I don't know if I want to mess with somebody who can throw a tree.
Honestly.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Hey, what am I gonna do? Punch him? You're gonna shove a tree at my ass?
Me and Addison just wear these little kilts or like Native American like
I'll just be
trousers.
dressed as a whale.
Well, you idiot.
Well,
I'm whalish.
freaking nerd.
You're a wally.
Yeah. You're a blue sperm whale.
Go run up to a Scotsman and be like, "That's a nice dress you have there."
Oh, they'll kill you.
Oh yeah.
A whole bar
Oh
full.
wait. Who was William Wallace with?
What?
He was
Irish. He was Irish.
Scottish.
Scottish. It's
He was
Scottish.
Isn't Liam
Dang it.
Neeson Irish or Scottish?
I believe he's Scottish. We can't say they're the same thing.
He's
That's
American.
offensive to both Scottish and Irish people because they don't like each other very much.
I think he's Irish because his name's
I
William.
just wonder how they feel.
Who is?
Liam.
It's Liam.
No, his name's William, but he shortened it to Liam
It's Liam.
to be cool. No,
Why is that cool? Who told him that was cool?
because
What?
he
How is
yeah.
William not a cool name?
I don't know.
Why do you have to be willing to be Irish?
Ask Liam Neeson why he decided to take out
I
Will.
don't think that's what he means.
Every male in Ireland's name is William.
Just like how people shorten William to Will. He shortened it to
I
Liam.
think it is Irish. Because
William.
Willie's the janitor in The Simpsons. Right?
William.
It's Willie, right?
What's a
Oh
Scottish?
yeah, it is Willie.
I'm trying it, but what's a Scottish accent like? William.
It's a lot like an Irish accent, but they hate each other.
I wonder how people in like Northern Ireland feel. That's still part of England or part of the UK.
Well, you ever seen those videos where like someone will like record someone with like a quote unquote strong accent and it almost sounds like they're just drunk? And it's like you don't understand.
You're talking about Irish people? Because most of the time they are.
Yeah, I think it was Irish. But
They drink a lot.
it's like he's got a strong accent. It's like, are you sure? Because he's sitting at a bar and he might have just had too many.
But then again, what's the accent? If it's Irish or Scottish, there's a good chance he's one of the two and drunk.
Yeah, because that's the origin for the Australian accent. They were just all drunk and criminals.
And they just started speaking that way in masses.
Yeah, they would constantly get drunk and that just became the accent.
How? How does that work?
I don't know. Ask Australia.
I can't tell you the difference between Scottish and Irish. They're both the same to me, lad.
Yeah.
I think Irish is a little more happy. Scottish just bitter.
Yeah. Or in your case, jolly.
You bastard. Fat does not equal jolly.
That stereotype that you hate.
That's a stupid stereotype.
It really is.
I had a friend of mine almost beat the crap out of his brother's friend for calling him jolly and fat. So my friend's brother automatically wanted to fight me because my friend was going to fight him, whatever. I was just like, I don't want to. I'll fight you. I'll kill you, but I don't want to.
Why that's on yourself?
Because this kid was, I think I was like 25. This kid was like 18 maybe, and he was a stick. I mean, he
Like
made
me?
you look fat, Colton.
Oh really?
Roro.
And he was like a goth kid too. So like I felt I had an advantage.
They might stab you with like a
How
nose
far
piercing.
With what?
A nose piercing?
Okay, well good, because
This
he's
Like
not
on
gonna need the
Contact?
nose piercing after his neck gets snapped and spun around.
Oh my god. Just rip it out of his nose. Not his neck, his ears.
I don't like to fight, but I feel like if I get pushed to a certain point, I'm like, you asked for this.
Yeah.
No one's gonna have sympathy for you after this is over.
What was that hypothetical we had about you being jumped by multiple of us and how long you could last?
But my thing is like, why are y'all coming at me like this?
Just for like.
You gotta make sure to bring the mullet or the hammer.
Mullet.
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 Everyone get your mullet.
Put on your war mullet. We're doing
Your
this.
war mullet.
Well, like, what would the order be, and who all was involved?
So it was
So Adam
yeah,
was one of the people that was coming at me. Then it was
me, Colton, Addison, and then Devil or half.
Oh,
and half.
Diablo?
Yeah, Diablo.
oh yeah, I told you to send Angel first because I felt
Diablo!
Like, who? He's 18. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Diablo's
So for
Diablo's
context,
Angel. He's this guy we know.
yeah, for context, our friend Angel, but we call him Diablo because it's the opposite of his name.
I asked him.
And he's a devil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I asked
he's
for
a
him
real
first
dick.
because I felt like he would be like the biggest threat.
Yeah, don't worry, he'll be on this podcast to defend himself.
Because like you and Zach, I'm not worried about at all.
Let's just hear the fight on the podcast.
At all.
Yeah.
No offense.
Well,
I'm more worried about those two.
yeah, because for context for the viewers, I'm probably the smallest person, the second smallest person at our workplace, and I'm also.
To be fair,
To be
all my
fair.
I'm bigger, but mostly by height.
Yeah.
Like, I
But you
don't
also
have-
have slightly more meat on you. Well, I don't know.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Did you sit like he's sitting?
Red Eagle.
Oh my goodness.
Let me show the team. Oh, that's.
If I tried to sit like that, you guys would take me to the hospital.
Oh, that's uncomfortable. Why are
For
you
context, I had my leg propped up in the chair like Captain Morgan.
His
but I'm
chin
still-
was resting on his knee.
Exactly.
doing that? Yeah.
If you've seen Death Note, it's like L, except only with 1 foot.
I'm just my
You look like Ellen DeGeneres.
Wow, that's really messed up.
Well, that's how she looks in her shows. I mean,
Yeah,
guess
but
we-
no one wants
guess
to.
we
look
didn't
Sorry.
apologize this time either, Colton. We just keep bashing this poor guy.
Exactly.
God, of all
Not even
people.
here to defend myself.
No one wants to look like that monster.
Anyway, why would you want, like, why do you bring that scenario up to?
Because you.
And what kind of like what brawl are we having? Like, are we fighting to the death here to see how?
No, you just have to make sure we don't get back up. You know, to fight, keep
So just
fighting.
break our legs.
Well, in that
break the
case,
soul.
in that
Oh,
case,
yeah.
I think
Cripple the leg.
I think I'd want Addison to attack first because I could use him like an actual bat
What?
and start swinging him at other people as they're
Yeah.
coming at me.
That'd be a very
Oh my
frail
God,
bat.
Dude,
Like
I'll
the
fight
human-
last, just so you guys have a
The human mullet mallet.
Exactly.
Mullet mallet.
that's a mouthful.
Get your war mallet.
Mouthful of the human
Mallet.
bowl mallet.
Blah, blah, blah.
Here, I'll
But then
table
again,
top.
I hope the scenario doesn't happen because that would suck. Because number one, I'm not going to guarantee it's going to happen.
Tater
or I'm
can
gonna
like
win.
stand in the
Yeah.
Or, like, once we
background.
get
Oh,
like
I'm not
3
getting
of you,
involved.
then you're souped up.
Well,
But
I'll
he's
have
saying-
you record.
You're saying one at a time, though, right?
Yeah.
Or is it like we talked about that? Like if I have 1 minute, like if you start, I have 1 minute to get him off, to get him out of the situation.
Yeah.
If it gets to more than one person, like, well, this is done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna fight clean at all.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah,
first thing, your eye's going, bro. Ric Flair thumb to the eye, dude.
Woo! Well, can you at least like punch me to see if I go down first before you take out my eyes? 'Cause I want
No,
to keep
dude,
my eyes.
There's no rules in a fight for your life, dude.
Yeah,
There's
but I
no
want to
rules.
keep my eyes for
If there's a
gaming.
sandbox right there, you're getting sand in your eyes.
Cat
I don't
litter.
like sand.
If we're in the kitchen,
It
you're
gets
getting hot
everywhere.
grease thrown on you. Hot grease
like,
coming right at you.
Oh
Like
my
Dale
God.
on King of the Hill. Fucking sand.
Now you always
That's what I'm gonna
have.
start doing, dude. I'm gonna start carrying sand.
Carrying a handful of
You never know.
pocket sand.
That'd be a nice internet craze. Let's just go around and start videoing ourselves pocket sanding people.
Oh
People
god.
got in trouble with doing things like that.
Oh, well, never mind then, Colton. Thanks.
Well, I don't feel like those are considered pranks anymore. That's just malicious
It's
attacks.
assault.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, you remember the
Yeah,
thing where
that's
people
right.
were just going up and just slapping random people on the
Oh,
street?
that.
Really?
It was like on the news at one point. Like it showed these kids, and they were all laughing about it. And they pick a guy out. He's like walking with another dude. They run up and they just punch him in the back of the head as hard as they can and run.
Oh no,
Oh my God.
that's different slaps.
You know what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
But like the kid, like the guy, like literally gets knocked unconscious.
Whoa, hold on.
And they're all the kids are like, ah ha ha ha, and they're filming it and stuff. I'm like, you're going to jail.
Yeah, honestly.
Have fun with that.
Yeah.
I saw this one YouTuber.
I would at least like pants the guy or something.
That's something
Oh my
silly.
gosh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Something silly.
Oh, you mean like
'Cause-
instead of punch him?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
I thought you meant like
after-
you're like, now is the time.
he's unconscious with
Now's
his pants
when the
around his
fun
ankles.
goes.
Or pants him first, then when he leans down, just elbow him in the back of the
Oh
head.
my god.
I'm like, ha ha, gotcha.
I saw this one guy get in trouble, and he was throwing water in people's faces. But the problem was, it was around the time in Europe where there was these terrorist attacks where people throw acid.
Oh.
So everybody thought it was acid, and then he got in real big trouble about that.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Throwing acid. Pocket acid.
Why are they throwing acid though?
I don't know. I just know that that's what they accused him of, basically. I don't want to get too much into that more than that.
So on that topic, I guess we've bled this episode dry of Star Wars.
I mean, alright, we can keep going, but that's for
Oh,
later
well, Colin,
episodes.
you could keep going for days.
I mean, yeah, about
Yeah,
Star
that's
Wars,
fair.
yeah, I don't know.
I might actually fall asleep.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
For some
No, it's
reason, we
not.
just keep segueing back into it.
Just because it's an important part of all our lives.
Yes.
It kind of brings,
Yeah.
what's the age group here?
19.
20.
Mostly 20.
What's the
and-
youngest?
8.
19.
So 19 all the way to 37. That's a pretty big span there. But,
Yeah.
but there's probably larger out there that enjoy Star Wars. I know my son enjoys Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, nice thing about the times they came out, there's multiple generations. You know that.
Yeah, that is kind of like smart.
So it's just like.
But I think we all ask the same question too. When someone says, "Hey, do you like Star Wars?" You're like, you make sure the original.
Yeah.
Don't give me that first 3 crap.
Yeah.
What about the new ones?
They have yet to be finished.
Well, it
so
also depends what
they
generation.
have one
as a
more
whole.
chance. They have one more chance to get it right.
Also, it's like it depends what generation you grew in because then it's like, what's the first 3 for you? What did you say?
Ben just creepily smiled. He's like, they have one more chance.
Before they lose my business.
Well, see, I'm already giving an advantage to the third trilogy, even without seeing the third movie
Yeah.
over the first 3,
That's true.
because it's just I do like it a little more already.
Yeah.
So they're gonna really have to like botch up this
Yeah.
last one to make me say, yeah, the first 3 were
I
better.
will say it's very nice to know how J.J. Abrams is happy, or at least
A hack.
no, like just happy, or just not as stressed out as he was when he first found out he had to do this last one, because he was just completely distraught the first time we saw him when he found out he had to do it.
Not
You didn't
good.
know this.
Because there was an interview with him where he was just like, "Well, we have a script," and he
I
was
never
like,
watched the interview with J.J. Abrams, but I'm not the Star Wars
I
guy
was-
you are.
I would never
It's
give
probably
that
his
man
member
any
berries.
Do
credit.
you
Yeah,
have
that's
Star
a lot.
Wars bed sheets? And be honest, no one's gonna judge.
"No,
He's
I
just
don't."
wrong.
Actually.
I wish I could.
Yeah,
He just
They don't
wrong.
make them in king size.
I,
So.
I do have a wallpaper that's just the Earth
He's a
and
good
like
director,
space,
but he
but
just
that's
fucked it
like
up.
as Star Wars-y.
That's cool though.
Yeah,
But see, I always think like I want to get the king size bed sheets of because it's our room at my house. It's not like everybody hangs out in there.
exactly.
Except me. No, I'm kidding. When you're asleep.
When you're like,
We got some stuff to discuss off the air, but
Time to lock some new doors.
What?
God, like,
right.
Maybe a
Well,
window.
I'm just getting really sleepy now.
I can tell.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna wrap this up, gentlemen.
Alrighty.
We're glad to have Colton on finally.
Yeah, it's great.
Made it awesome. The can's moving again, but we figured out it's the fan, so it's not a ghost.
Yeah. He put. Thanks for that.
Oh, sorry,
Probably
podcast.
corrupted.
Yeah, I just ruined it all.
Now we have to start over from the beginning.
Yeah. Making people's ears bleed. But thanks for Colin for forcing his way with his podcast or Star Wars facts. You know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But then again, you finally didn't bail on us on the 3rd episode.
You let me know the week of each time.
Okay, all right, kids. Let's not argue anymore. We got
Sorry.
it. We
I
got it.
forgive
We
you.
got an episode with everybody here.
even though you
This has been fun. I think one thing. I think every single one of us can all agree on: vegetarians can suck it.
Amen to that, yes.
Yeah. Amen to that.